right. All right. Looks like we are live. What is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream. Yo, party man, I totally forgot about the whole Mario Kart thing, bro. I just realized that. Plus, I was taking care of my boy all day. I didn't even have any opportunity to even get to my computer. I already had a video scheduled and all that. Sorry about that, brother. We're gonna get it done. Anyway, we got a lot of time before April, so we'll get it done. Don't worry. But I totally forgot. And once again, I was just taking care of my boy all day. I couldn't even get to my PC. Shout outs to my man Dior. He is here early. We've got a lot of content to go over to talk about, guys. We've got more of the flip-flopping that I'm talking about. And it's not really flip-flopping, but it's kind of people realizing, like, wait a minute, hold up. I'm saying some stupid stuff about Nintendo Switch 2. And, you know, this is not a diss at Maximillion, dude. No, this is not, I like Maximillion, dude. I think his content is, like, it's crazy cool how he was able to come up the way that he is. He's a respected, you know, and I would say he should be a celebrated content creator. But, like, his reaction to the Nintendo Switch 2 is what's hilarious about the Nintendo Switch 2. It's the hypocrisy that everyone has been pointing out about the modern gaming. And it's exactly why a lot of the modern gaming people are just like, whatever. People are still playing games on PS4. People are just playing Nintendo Switch. People are playing mobile. People are playing other stuff. It's the reason, like, PlayStation and Xbox people and what they say about stuff, or even like crazy hardcore PC people, it's the reason why there's so much less and less in terms of core gamers these days. It's like the hypocrisy is hilarious. And Maximillion, dude, caught himself on his own hypocrisy and made an update video talking about it because some weirdo on Twitter misrepresented what he said, so he felt the need to come out and clarify. But he also, once again, caught himself on the hypocrisy of give me gimmick, give me weird, but he just spent the last 10 years talking about how trash Nintendo Switch is because it can't run this, it can't run that, it's gimmick this, gimmick that, I don't want motion control. He's spent so much time complaining about those things only to sit there and say, where's my gimmick? So he caught himself. He explained, he said he's looking forward to it. So we're going to kind of delve into it a little bit more, and kind of what happened. And of course, we're talking about the Mario Kart power analysis from a developer. That was pretty cool. We got more reconfirmation of certain games that have been rumored, and then also some new games added into the list for Switch 2. So it's going to be a good stream. Big love to, we're going to go in order, Nintendo with the 40 months. And says, shout outs to OJ and the Elite Ninjas, Ninja Village. Yes, sir. Thank you for the 40 months, Mr. Nintendo. Appreciate you. Jonah and Tier. Let's go, baby. Thank you so much. Also, George, FT, Jorge, my man. It's been 18 months membership. Thank you so much, my man, Jorge. Thank you for the 18 months. Going on the 2 years this year. So about, probably like around when the Switch 2 comes out, you'll have your 2-year badge. Let's go. And also Dior with the 47 months says, always first, never lost. Lavar Ball. Thank you guys for the memberships, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Assuming you're taking care of your son. Yeah, Sundays it's just tough for me because, you know, I kind of just have to take care of him all day, which is a good thing. I don't mind taking care of him all day. It's fun. Anderson Blitz with the $1.99 says gamers equals wrestling marks. They hate gimmicks. I know they hate gimmicks, but it was just funny because then he starts complaining, "Where's my gimmick?" And he's talking about, "I hate gimmicks, but where's my gimmick?"
Some people don't even know what they want. Lol.
Yeah. Well, he clarified himself. You know, he came out and said, "Hey, look, you know, I was just talking about like what they usually do, and usually it's something different. It looks like the same thing." He did say it's not like an iPhone and all that. So he ended up clarifying himself. There were people that were trying to use his reaction and, you know, console war nonsense and all of that. So it was interesting. It was interesting to hear. But he's not the only one. There's other people that have kind of come out that I've just seen online and stuff say, oh yeah, well, you know, a stronger Switch with stuff that they haven't even revealed yet, other stuff, it's still coming, plus the games. So there's nothing wrong with the reveal. Like, the more and more people kind of think about it, the more they kind of realize, the people that freaked out kind of realized there was no reason to freak out, you know, like there was no reason to freak out. Because if you think about like any system reveal, right? Most system reveals, they're not going to have a million different games. They're not going to have a bunch of different stuff, especially stuff that's going to be there at launch. Probably not. They're going to show you games years down the line. Like the Xbox Series reveal, you saw games that weren't even like real. It wasn't even like a real game. It was like just CG, and they just put something together real quick to show it at the Game Awards, you know. And there was really nothing. Then a year later, we get the system, you know. So it's like, what was that for, you know? So I think people started looking back and seeing some of the other reveals and kind of what happens. They're like, wait a minute, hold up. Like, let me just stop freaking out right now. There's actually nothing wrong with the reveal. It's fine. You know, Brian27 with the 25 months. Thank you so much, Brian27. I appreciate that. Says April is too far. Not really. I mean, we're already pretty much in February, and then March, April. I mean, April's going to be here before you know it. It's actually not too bad. Plus, we probably have a Nintendo Direct next month as well. So I don't understand why people say it's so far out. I mean, not really. Like, April's the first quarter of the year. It's not even like it's past summer. Now, if it was summer or if it was fall, then okay, I get it. But about 2 months away. I mean, it's early April. It's April 2nd. So it's not even like we gotta wait till mid or late April. It's like the first week of April. So it's not even that bad. Yeah, it's like literally the first week of April that Wednesday. You know, so I don't know, man. Doesn't really seem too bad to me, but that's just me. Shout outs to Justin, though. Thank you for the $3. You are now the Hokage and Stream Ninja. Anybody that does 3 or more, you can put out Justin on the board. Thank you so much, Justin. I appreciate that. 5 on the combo board as well. Brian27, thank you for the 25 months. Video games are about games, not systems. Developers can innovate with the games. Yes, sir. They can. They can innovate with the games. And, you know, you also have to look at it this way. This is like the peak, you know, in terms of all of Nintendo's gimmicks kind of all put together. This is like all of their gimmicks put together. Like every single gimmick that you can think of over the last number of years are literally put into the Nintendo Switch. Like Wiimotes, the Joy-Cons, the gamepad, the Switch itself. I mean, there's no 3D from like 3DS, but I mean, like portable play, whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all.
The PS5 reveal trailer
Rumble
was a bunch of balls coming together.
That's
Wow.
true. The PS5 reveal trailer was a bunch of balls coming together. That is absolutely true. Shout outs to my man Justin, upping his Hokage lead to $6. Anybody does 6 or more, you can beat out Justin, or you can tie him up as well. Appreciate the support. So yeah, absolutely, man. It's interesting. So people are kind of understanding, like, oh, wait a minute, you know, it's not so bad, not so bad. Not so bad. Shout outs to Super Christian Mule with the $1.99 says Happy Monday. Yes, Happy Monday. Super Christian Mule, appreciate that. The gimmick is the games. Wow. Yeah, there you go. The gimmick is the games, man. The games are going to be good. I'm positive that this might be Nintendo's super golden era of gaming. This is going to be their prime. Like, this is going to be the Super Nintendo or GameCube of, you know, of the new modern era. Like, it really is going to be. Like, it's going to be really, really, really good. I'm looking forward to what they're doing. So yeah. Shout outs to Christian. What's up, LJ? Yeah, the Tripster Dumbo got the most biggest humiliation of his entire Twitter life. Maximillion dude called him out on that, and Tripster got community noted. Yeah, it was great. It was pretty good. He got absolutely bodied. I think it's kind of hurt the reveal on the surface level. Mario Kart 9 doesn't look much better than 8, but it's just going off 15 seconds of gameplay. Still looks good, though. I think that, yeah, I get that. Like, oh, it doesn't look that much better. But, I mean, I think that's what everyone said when they first saw the games. When they first saw God of War, what did they say? When they first saw Halo, oh my gosh, they went nuts about Halo. People say the same thing about every single game that launches with every single system. It doesn't look that much better. People said that with Nintendo Wii U, with the games New Super Mario Bros. It doesn't look that much better than the Wii version. Like, that's literally hell, they said it with obviously Twilight Princess. Oh, that was pretty much the same as the GameCube game. So that's what everyone always says at every single reveal. I don't recall a reveal of a launch game for the most part. I mean, maybe outside of Sony's Demon Souls, that looked a lot better than the original Demon Souls. So there was that, but people just reverted right back once, you know, Horizon, and once the other games came out that were cross-gen. So that's what people always say at launch. I think it's once we actually get the games and we see what the game does, then we can kind of go from there, you know? Oh, snap! Yo, Bee Queen! What is going... Yo, enough Bee Queen! You just dropped... Get on! Read it! What is going on? I am not expecting that. I'm just trying to chill today, talk about stuff. Yo! Bee Queen with the Gendori Tensei! Oh my goodness. Thank you so Bead Queen. Crazy drop out of nowhere. I honestly was not. You already did a huge drop the other day. Goodness gracious. Bead Queen with the huge $100. Hundo Bomb supporting the Elite Ninja Village, guys. I will say this, and I will say this right now. We are stronger and better and faster than ever. I want to say thank you so much to the Elite Ninja Village. Thank you, Beat Queen. Thank you, Justin. Thank you to everybody that comes out here and comments. Brian, appreciate everybody commenting, dropping comments. I would not be able to do this without you guys' love and support. So thank you guys so much. I love doing this. This is like my calling. I mean, well, actually, my calling was trying to play in the NFL, but clearly I was not good enough. So this is like my second calling. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. I wasn't good. Actually, maybe it's my third, but I never really liked being a personal trainer. To be honest, I never really liked being a personal trainer, and I don't think I was like an incredible personal trainer. So I'm gonna say that I felt that I was always better at talking about video games than doing personal training. I think the only thing that I was better at than talking about video games was playing football. At the time, but you know, whatever. Either way, I'm so happy that I'm here with you guys. Thank you so much, Bead Queen. I appreciate that. Big love. Nagato coming out on screen. Hit us with the Nagato. Hit us with the rebirth. That right there shows the rebirth of the village, the revitalization. It's symbolic. Bead Queen, you've been a huge part of that. Thank you so much. You guys give Bead Queen some love. Bead Queen, if you want some music, let me know, and I got you. I know you like Animal Crossing though. So I'll play some Animal Crossing for you.
Hey, fellas.
Animal Crossing KK Slider. I know you love KK Slider music, so I'll play some of that for you. Here we go. All right. Thank you so much, Bead Queen. Big love. Also, Super Christian with the $1 dono as well says both the February Direct and the April Direct could make or break Nintendo's future with the Switch 2. All eyes are on the big end in the first half of the year. Can we play Switch 2 reveal music? Switch 2 reveal music. I don't know if we have Switch 2 reveal music. I'm not sure, Christian. But I don't think the February Direct is going to make or break the Switch 2. I don't think that does. I think that the April Nintendo Direct absolutely is big for the launch. It's not going to make or break it, but it is definitely going to be a huge part in terms of how it starts out. But the February Direct does not make or break the Switch 2. I don't know how that would make or break it, because that's going to be probably for Switch 1 games. So I'm not sure how that makes or breaks Switch 2. So I'm not sure where you're coming from there. But in terms of the April Direct, absolutely, that's definitely more of a big important thing, to make sure that they get that right. Armchair Gamer with the 35 months says 35 months, let's go. Thank you so much, Armchair Gamer. I appreciate that. Do you think Max was pissed when he heard the Tripster thing? I think so, because it misrepresents what Maximillion Dude was trying to say in the first place. But it also, I think it made sure that Maximillion caught himself in terms of his own hypocrisy, which he made a video update saying, and like he did SpongeBob text on himself, like, where are the gimmicks? Like, so he mocked himself, and he caught his own hypocrisy, because if you watch Maximillion Dude streams, he's been one of the biggest complainers and whiners and criers about the Switch's power, about that, and about the Joy-Cons, and about various aspects of the system, only to sit there and say, I need a gimmick, when they put together a bigger, more competent, stronger system, only to sit there and complain about that. So he realized that he caught himself, and he's coming, like I said, back to reality, like a lot of people are, Skull Spade of Spade shows Nintendo is a company that is easiest people to be a hypocrite on, even if they aren't mean-spirited. Oh, absolutely. It's very easy to be hypocritical towards Nintendo. Absolutely. I think it's very easy to be hypocritical towards any company, but I think it's even easier to be hypocritical towards Nintendo, because you might even forget what you were even whining about or complaining about in the first place. Or you might even forget what you even said about certain things in the first place, and you need somebody to remind you. It's the same in sports too, not to get too much sidetracked, but I mean, there's so many guys that will sit there, like, I'll just use this season as a comparison. They're sitting there complaining about how Brock Purdy can't do this, can't do that, can't do this, and how all these other quarterbacks are better, right? We get to the playoffs, all these other quarterbacks that are supposedly better than Brock Purdy completely dookie in the bed, play terrible, and they don't even remember their own criticism of saying how much better all these other guys are than Brock Purdy. And then when people said, no, you did say that, they're like, no, I never said that. People pulled the receipts and the tweets showing them, no, you said this, this, and this, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, I forgot. So it's like, it's easy to be hypocritical towards something that you just take for granted. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the trip up there, is like, sometimes you take great play or you take awesomeness for granted because it's a little bit different, because it's not orthodox or normal. And then when something else comes along, or when something comes along and you don't even remember what you said or what the situation was, it can lead to you just saying things. I'm guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. We've all been there, done that. So I'm not killing Maximillion dude for that. And I respect the heck out of him for actually, you know, coming out and saying, hey, look, you know, yeah, I was wrong on that one. You know, I was wrong on it. So I thought February is usually a Pokemon Direct. February can have a Pokemon Day in addition to Nintendo Directs as well. There's been years that they've done both. It's not either or. It can be both or it can be one or the other. But yeah, February, you've got to look at it differently though, because this is not a typical what Nintendo would be doing for the Direct, because they have a April Direct as well. So you can't, for their next system. So you can't always just say, oh, well, it's usually this. They got a new system launching. So they could be doing things differently. What's up, Mr. Davis? Welcome. Let's see. And Max said he's still going to buy. Well, we all knew that he was going to buy it. Like, Max is never going to miss it. I don't recall a Nintendo system Max has ever missed. You know, so yeah, like he's still going to buy it because Smash Brothers. He loves Smash Brothers. I know he likes, I think he does play some of the 3D. He's not big on 3D Mario, but I know he loves playing like Smash. That's like his top game on there. And I know he plays some other Nintendo games. I'm not exactly sure what are the other games he plays, but I know he's so big on Smash, like he's always going to buy it just for that game, just for that game by itself, you know? So yeah. Hey, what's up, Ryan, Ricardo? Welcome to the stream. Direct Mini and Pokemon Presents in February. Wow. Yeah, it could be. Also, yeah, I read that one too as well. You could just play the trailer in the background. I'll listen to it, the music and the sound effects. Okay, I got you, man. I got you. I'll play the trailer in the background. So yeah. Nintendo Switch 2 trailer. All right. Did you PlayStation 5 reveal trailer numbers because he's worried about it passing it up? What a weirdo, dude. People are acting completely weird right now. Why would you go back and watch the reveal trailer? I mean you could, but it just seems weird to sit there and link it on Twitter and say, "Hey, look at this," you know? So yeah, there we go. Metroid. There we go. He's into Metroid. 'Cause I remember he did play Metroid Dread. So yeah, he's into Metroid. He's into Smash, but that's about really it. He's not really into anything else. But that's enough for some people. Just Metroid and Smash Brothers is enough. So yeah, bad QB play. Can't relate. Mahomes has definitely played bad a number of times this year in terms of QB play. He's definitely played bad. I don't know what you're talking about. He's definitely played bad. And lucky lucky the Chiefs defense is so good. Without Spags and that Chiefs defense, are you guys like 8-9 or something like that? Without that defense. Without that defense. Hey, what's up, Chupacabra? Welcome to the stream. Let's see here. Max got into liking Metroid. Just got into, well, he played Dread. I know he played, so that was, you know, that was obviously like going on 4 years ago now. So yeah. Let's see. You know what? See, that's why you're laughing, Go. You know I'm right about that. You know that defense is absolutely nasty. You know that defense plays lights out. You know, they hold like it's a freaking good defense. And without that, Mahomes has played not very good this year. There's been a lot of games where he has not played great. He's not played very good. And he's thrown picks, he's thrown interceptions, you know, and the defense has bailed him out many times. But he's also bailed the defense out at times too. But I think the defense has played better than he's played this year, for sure. Jeb was 4 years ago, going on 4 years ago. By October this year, it'll be 4 years, 2021. I know, time flies, right? Time flies. All right, hold up. We're playing 2 tracks at the same time. What's up, House Gang? Welcome. Can't wait for the Lunar Collection in April. Yep, Lunar Collection coming out in April. Huddy says to each their own. Nintendo has some of the best IPs. Absolutely. Big love. Beat Queen, if you want any other music, let me know, young lady, and I got you, all right? I know you never asked for it, but I'll say it again. Hey, what's up, Xeno Wilder? He's into Mario Party. Oh, okay, I didn't know he's into Mario Party. Paul Gill says 9 out of the 13 Februarys have had a Nintendo Direct. 7 in the Nintendo Switch era. The odds are high favorite. Yep, there you go. So yeah, it's definitely possible. Paul Gale with the facts there, like that. Metroid Prime Remake. Okay, yeah. Metroid Prime Remastered. Okay. I'm pretty sure he'll play Prime 4 too. Not to mention, one user say, this proves Mrs. Owada and hate the corporate culture of the current Nintendo president is once again pure revisionist. Yeah, seriously. We don't even, one user here say this proves everyone misses Iwata and hate the corporate culture. I don't even know what that means. Like, I can't even really know what that means. Nintendo is as corporate as they've ever been. They've always been insanely corporate, and if anything, they're more relaxed, a little bit more relaxed now than they were back then with certain things. Like, they're still incredibly corporate. With Mr. Iwata, they were still incredibly corporate. Nothing's changed in terms of that. In terms of Mr. Iwata, he was definitely more fun-loving and visible on the outside, but the corporate structure of Nintendo has been the same. Like, it's really hasn't changed. Like I said, they've lacked some things. They've actually been a little bit easier on their devs and on their, you know, like on their team now and at this point compared to before, where, you know, there was a lot of crunch, a lot of the issues that we have in today's modern day gaming. Nintendo had that. Nintendo had a ton of that. It was like crazy, where developers went nuts and quit and things like that. So, but we didn't have the internet, so you didn't hear about them, you know. But Nintendo's done a good job of trying to adjust that to where it's not a problem. But before, yeah, it was a big issue at Nintendo. Like, Mario 64 got people to quit the industry and never come back. Like legit, some of the, you know, one of the greatest games of all time got developers, drove developers nuts, quit, didn't come back, never made another game after that. From some big key players that made Mario 64 because of the crunch, and because of the stress. You know, Mr. Miyamoto used to, like, when they were making Star Fox, he used to go into like the two European dudes that were, you know, working on the game, that were, you know, helping them. He used to go in there and like smoke in their room, like blow smoke in their room and stuff, and they're just like, and they used to segregate them and put them outside. Like, there's a lot of weird stuff, bro. Like, it's not even just like the corporate culture there definitely was not perfect. It's, like I said, it's way better now than it was then. Let's see here. Talk about the edited video, Max, that went around. Yeah, exactly. Well, the lead up to it, the video, and then also other people kind of doing the same thing, but not doing what Max is doing. Which Max, you know, we're not dissing Max here. We're giving him props. So yeah. What's up, J2? Says, do you think that Mario Kart 9 could be cross-gen? I saw Trey's video. I don't think it's going to be cross-gen. I mean, it's a possibility. But the reason why I don't think it's going to be cross-gen is because I've never seen a Nintendo game that has ever been not announced for the current system, but ends up being cross-gen. Now, Nintendo's had a lot of first evers, right, with the Nintendo Switch and the Switch 2. But when it comes to games, I've never seen Nintendo do that. The only two other cross-gen games that are in modern history, are launch games, at least, are Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Those are the two games that we have that are cross-gen, that we know of. And both of those were already announced for the GameCube and for the Wii U, respectively. Nintendo's never revealed a system with a new game, then said, oh, by the way, it's for the previous system too. Like, I've never seen that, but it's always possible, but I don't know if it's going to be. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe also still sells, so what's the point of putting it on the Switch one? I don't see the point of putting it. I mean, yeah, obviously you'd probably sell a lot more copies, but Mario Kart 8 still sells a lot, so the only thing that I can think is if they're just trying to sell a ton of copies right away, but that will hinder the sales of the new system a bit. I think that if you actually say, hey, look, this is a system seller, you can buy the system for this game, I think that it makes more sense to do that, but we'll see what they end up doing. But I don't think it's going to be cross-gen. Not after the analysis and not after, not explaining what I just said right there, you know? So, yeah. I can't see MK9 cross-gen because... I can't see MK9 cross-gen because but maybe if they announce an indie game or something smaller, snipper clips, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that maybe being cross-gen, something outside of that, but yeah. What do you think of saying Mario Kart 9 could be? Well, I just answered that. Yeah, I disagree. I don't think it is. I think he and many Mrs. Wada himself, the host of Nintendo Directs. I think they missed the Furukawa that hosted Directs, perhaps. Yeah, look, I'm not a fan of letting people... I don't think anybody should try to copy Mr. Iwata. Mr. Iwata was one of one. He's a special talent that you're just not going to see. It's like people that try to copy Michael Jordan. You're never going to copy Michael Jordan. You're never going to be as good as Michael Jordan. There is nobody as good as Michael Jordan. There's not a single soul on this earth, and probably not in our lifetime, that's going to be Michael Jordan, because nobody's going to go 6 for 6 in NBA Finals. Nobody's gonna do that. Nobody's gonna be able to go 6 for 6 and 2 3-peats. It's impossible. It's impossible that Michael Jordan was even the way that he is. Like, nobody in his family is 6'6". Michael Jordan's 6'6". It's just natural, God-given ability, talent, whatever the case is. Mr. Iwata was a one of one. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are people that are one of one that are just unique souls because of the way our anatomy and physiology is, and because of the way and how random and crazy DNA is. There are some people that are just born that are uniquely, that's it. When they're here, that's it. That's them. And Mr. Iwata was one of those guys. He was just one of one. There ain't going to be nobody like him. So I don't think anybody needs to try to copy or compensate for Mr. Iwata. Stop trying to, don't be somebody that you're not. Furukawa is not Iwata. Like, these guys aren't Iwata. So don't try to be him. Just do what you need to do. That's it. Just like Etika. Like, Etika was one of one. We've had nobody that has even came close to being as good as Etika. Don't talk about Kai Cenat. Like, I get Kai Cenat, I get Speed and all those guys, and those guys obviously are bigger, but in terms of Etika's unique capabilities and what he did, there is nobody that's even close. Those guys are different. Kai's different, Speed's different, but they're not Etika. His style in this community with Nintendo games, there's still nobody that's even anywhere near as popular as Etika. Not even close in the Nintendo community. And streaming, nobody even close, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, there ain't gonna be nobody like Iwata, so people just need to move. People, not that they need to move on, but they need to stop trying to ask other people to be like him. You know, it ain't happening. Can you put yourself through that, Rip? Shout outs to Lemstar. Let me see what he has to say though. Says, yo, OJ, I just beat Dragon Age Veilguard after 85 hours, and yeah, it's a game, I guess. Rip BioWare. Thank you for the $4.99. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's get this going here. I'm glad that you spent so much time playing something that I think that you like. Maybe you like certain parts of it, but I like certain parts of having this right here. Let's go with the limit break, baby. I appreciate that. Let's go. If the sound worked, let me know in the chat. There you go. I hear it. Speed is more of a Gen Z crowd, but Kai was too cool. But when Etika was alive and when he was first started, he was a Gen Z. He was whatever the crowd was at the time then, to like young millennial or whatever crowd was, whatever it was at the time too. You know, like he was also the crowd that was for like the younger crowd, plus older people too. But you know, so yeah. Let's see, OJ, did you see Nate? He said anything about Assassin's Creed coming to Switch 2? I don't think that's part of the podcast. He did. He mentioned, he said that he doesn't think he'd be ready for launch, though. But he did mention Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah, he did. MJ's the GOAT, but man, he played on some stacked teams. Did he play on some stacked teams? Massive Rican with the $10 Xiao.
Respect to Mr. Iwata.
Yes,
will
sir.
Always be missed. Amazing. Programmer, dev, president, gamer.
Yep.
You couldn't have said it any better. People need to be who they are and be unique.
Yeah.
No one needs to compensate for anyone else or mimic. Let present 90 just do.
Yeah, exactly. Just, it'd be disrespectful to Iwata to have another president come in and start trying to be like him. They're not. Egomaniac Kid was good. Flightiest was good, man. Thank you for the big $10. Massive Rican. I agree, dude. Like, he was one of one. There's nobody like him. So, you know, it's not, that's it. When he was here, you appreciate what he did, and then you say, all right, man, that's that. You honor his legacy, but you don't try to sit there and say, oh, they need to do this or they need to do that. Like, that's so corny. It's so corny. Just like I said, I don't think anybody needs to be the next Jordan. There is no next Jordan. Nobody needs to be the next Jordan. There is no next Jordan. You know? There is no next Jordan. There is no next Etika. There is no next Muhammad Ali. You know, there is no next Martin Luther King. There is no next Malcolm X. There's certain people in the, you know, there is no next Michael Jackson. Not even close. People say Chris Brown, people say Drake, not even close. People say not even, those guys are great for whatever that's great, but not even close to Michael Jackson. Not even close. You know? So it just is what it is, man. Let's see here. Brian Jedi says, yeah, maybe a lot of games would need crossing gen to sell MK9. What's on the Life of the Switch 2? Yeah, exactly. Like, MK9 is going to suffer the whole life of the Switch too. They can bundle it later, you know, and they can do so much with that. So yeah, I don't see how it's going to be cross-gen. I mean, it still could be though. I mean, Doc Trey brings up some points, you know, but I don't see it that way. Otherwise, I don't know why they would wait so long. This would have been a game that they already announced. If it was coming to Switch 1, why not just announce it on Switch 1 and say that it's coming? I mean, maybe they announce it at this next Direct, say, hey, the next Mario Kart game will be available on Switch 1 and Switch 2. I mean, that is a possibility, though, so I'm not going to sit here and rule it out. You know, and then to say, hey, if you buy it on Switch 2, it's going to be greatly enhanced, like, you know, with the graphics and stuff like that or whatever, features. There'll never be a next LeBron. Yeah, I don't think there'll ever be a next LeBron either. LeBron or KD, there's certain guys that you probably just won't. But the thing about it is that they're all unique in their own right. But Jordan, in terms of the will to win or anything, or even like you want to go further back, like Wilt Chamberlain or Bill Russell. Like Wilt Chamberlain, I mean, there's nobody even close to Wilt Chamberlain. Like maybe Giannis Antetokounmpo, but yeah, there's not even. I haven't seen anybody else even close to Wilt Chamberlain. Remember, Wilt Chamberlain was 7'2", 7'3", and had like a 50 something inch vertical jump. Also could long jump like a Olympic long jumper as well. But yeah, he literally had a 50 something inch vertical jump. You know, so like I don't think there's been anybody even close to being like Wilt Chamberlain either. So, and he also had like 50,000 girlfriends. So there's also that. Wemby is an alien. Yeah, but Wemby didn't have the strength and the physical prowess. Wilt Chamberlain could bench like 600 pounds or something crazy like that. So yeah, like Wemby does not have the physical. That's why I said Giannis. That's why I said Giannis more than, but Wemby. But Wemby's definitely unique for sure. But I mean, a lot of guys. I mean, Wemby's kind of like KD, you know. So, so I mean, like Wemby's kind of like KD. I mean, he's a little bit. Obviously, he's taller, but he's kind of like KD. Like he kind of plays like KD. So yeah. Let's see, Furukawa just needs to do what works for him and what works for Nintendo. Koizumi and Takahashi can handle promoting the Switch 2. Yeah, exactly. Putting Mario Kart 9 on Switch 1, would it make sense from a business move? Yeah, I don't think it would make sense either, Patrick Courtney. 50,000, not bad. Yeah, not bad. Go read up on Wilt Chamberlain's escapades with women. You guys will be like, ha the whole time. This dude legitimately, like, and I'm not joking, legitimately had like, it was definitely like, in the multiple thousands, like not like hundreds, but like thousands. Like over the course of his life, like thousands upon thousands upon thousands. So yeah, pretty crazy. That's too much work for me, man. Hell no, I'll be tired. That's way too much work. Price estimate for Mario Kart 9. I think Nintendo's gonna bump everything up to $70. So I think big games like Mario Kart are gonna be 70. I'm not even from Chicago. I'm from California, and I'm a big Bulls fan, though. But, yeah, Michael Jordan's the GOAT. The next big grift till April 2nd saying that the games will not be exclusive. Oh, man. So, Rock Howard arranged theme. Yeah, I got you, man. Thank you for the dono earlier, Mr. Anderson Blitz. All right, let's see here. Rock Howard theme. Arranged. All right, let's take a look. All right, here we go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that dono earlier. Yeah, the Super Freak guy didn't have as much as Wilt Chamberlain. Nah, Super Freak guy didn't have as much as Wilt. Charlie, that's the Rick James. Nah, not as much. He had a lot, but not as much as Wilt Chamberlain. And the crazy thing that Wilt Chamberlain did it back then in the day, man, when people were racist as hell, bro, but he still had a lot of white women around him too. So he was even doing like stuff that might get him shot or killed, you know? So Wilt Chamberlain was like, you know, breaking, this was before civil rights, bro. So his was far more dangerous than Rick James. Rick James was the 80s, if I'm not correct. So yeah, Rick James was 80s, 70, maybe 70s, 80s. But Wilt was like 50s. Oh, that was before ML like civil rights. So that to me, that's more impressive if you're gonna call it impressive. Let's see here. I wouldn't mind being cross-gen. Perhaps we see it in February. Yeah. I would want it to be on Switch, like take advantage only of Switch. I think we get more concrete news about Switch 2 before April, perhaps how BC works, the new UI or eShop features. I don't know how we'd get that before April unless it was leaked. The only way that I would say that is because if it was leaked. If you go back to Switch 1, there was no information before Switch 1. Like, before that April, or before that January event, there was no information that came out officially from Nintendo at all. Like, nothing on the OS, nothing on anything. Nothing on the eShop, nothing on all of that. All of that was revealed at the January 2017 presentation. So I think it's going to be very similar. Unless, once again, we get a leak. Now, if Nintendo wants, or if, not Nintendo, but if somebody else leaks something, then yeah. But Nintendo officially probably won't say anything. What was dodging lunch mobs to get? Yeah, I know, seriously. Well, I mean, the thing about it is it was Wilt Chamberlain, you know, so I mean, there were people that are, oh, it's like Wilt Chamberlain, but yeah, like it was still like there were still problems, like, you know, if you know, not to get too far off on sports, but there were some times when, you know, he would go to a certain you know, city and they wouldn't let, like there were owners of like hotels or food places that didn't want to let them eat, you know, so yeah, him and like Bill Russell, stuff. They talked about how that happened to them sometimes, not a lot, but sometimes. So yeah, shout outs to them, man, because they blazed the trail for guys like me to be able to do it without having to worry. Be able to do this without having to worry. Being able to go to any city without, well, I can't go to any city without worrying, but most cities, a lot better now than it was back then. So shout outs to them on MLK Day. Shout outs to them to let me do what I'm doing right now. So you got to give it up, man. Hey LJ, do you think that the creator calling NS2 a nothing burger? Do you think about that creator calling NS2 a nothing burger because not doing enough percent of Steam Deck ROG Ally seems to be a common sentiment? No, that's definitely not a common sentiment. And he was not a creator. He's just a crazy Sony fanboy. So he never. So yeah. And on top of that, the Maximillion dude, the creator that he was linking, said, "Well, actually, no. I'm looking forward to the system. I'm buying it because of games, and you know, I gotta catch myself in my own hypocrisy, you know." So he actually, if you're talking about Maximillion dude, he never said it was a nothing burger. He actually went back on that and actually said, "I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna buy it." So, and no, it's definitely not a common sentiment. I don't think so. If you look at the reveal trailer is at 18 million, almost 19 million, with over 1 million likes. It's got, I think, 40 million views on Twitter with a ton of likes and retweets and shares. So common? No. Are there probably some crazy PC guys that are there that are saying something? Sure. I have no idea, but what I do know is that based off the metrics that you go off of success or what you think is good or not, I mean, if you have a video and you get 18 million views in a few days and over 1 million likes, yeah, I'm pretty sure the common sentiment is that product's going to be pretty popular, or it's a big deal. So nah. Let's see here. I'm taking official, and you know, going back to the whole Steam, I got a video coming up too for you as well, Campy. The sales numbers are kind of now that we're even further in, the sales numbers are even becoming more apparent. Steam Deck and ROG Ally sold around 500,000 units, maybe a bit more. Steam Deck sold around 3 million to 4 million units. These systems aren't in competition. Like, let's just be real here. That's not competition. Like, it's like comparing, I don't know, the ghetto phone that you get at Metro PCS to iPhone. Listen, they're both iPhones, or they're both phones, sure, but one of them is not in competition with the other. And the facts are, not my opinion, not my feelings, not my personal, what I like, but the facts are that there is not a competition. That's the facts. The facts are, it's there, they're similar, right? You can play games on the go, high quality, but this system is gonna blow out PC handhelds, all of them combined, very quickly. That's the reality of it. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, or feel one way or not, that's fine. You can feel any way that you want, but I'm telling you, the facts are that this system, the Switch 2, is going to blow away every single PC handheld very quickly. If not already, with pre-orders that are coming in, it's gonna outsell ROG Ally instantly. You look at the ROG Ally, you look at the Steam Deck, you can take all of those reveal trailers and combine them together, and it's the Switch 2 reveal trailer beats out all of those combined. Like, it's not close, guys. It's not close. OJ, they're absolutely in competition between these systems because even if Nintendo sells better, the scales are starting to tip in the favor of PC handles because they simply do more. What favor? It's about the sales. How does it tip in their favor when they're not selling better than the original Switch 1? So what favor does it have? What's the favor? Like I said, your personal opinion. That's fine. If you feel that it's your personal opinion, if you feel that it's tipping in their favor based off of your emotions, then cool. Good for you. But factually, there is nothing tipping in the favor of anything. It's getting blown out by Switch 1. Switch 1 is destroying these. Switch 2 is going to destroy all of these PC handhelds. Switch 1 is still selling way better. So if these PC handhelds were able to outsell Switch 1, I could believe you a bit. But they're not. So sure, in your emotions, in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, absolutely it's tipping in the favor. In reality, it's not. So, you know, that's like factually it's not, but in your mind and your heart, it is, you know, like in my heart, Lamar Jackson is the Super Bowl MVP and the Super Bowl winner. But in reality, he's not. He's at home because he lost. Because he factually lost. But he should have won. He should have won. And he should be playing in the AFC Championship. And he should win a Super Bowl this year. But the reality is that he's not. So, you know. But in my heart, he's the best. In my heart. That Trip Dude's backtracking on Switch 2 was painful. Well, he didn't backtrack on it. He just got destroyed. Says, I'm not impressed by the visuals of the so-called Mario Kart game so far. 11 years, you'd expect graphics jump to be more impressive. Leap from GTA 5 to GTA 6, not next gen. Watch my video on the graphics, what's it called? The graphics thing on there, cool guy, or cool goy. So watch my video that I released today on the graphics on there. And watch the video that I have linked, and I think you'll probably change your mind once we actually get the footage directly from Nintendo and all that. I think you're going to change your mind. But I don't think Mario Kart's supposed to be this super, oh my gosh, the graphics are the craziest thing ever, or whatever the case is. But this game is going to be a much bigger jump over Switch 1 or Mario Kart 8. Even the fact that there's 24 races, you just double the strain on the CPU and GPU right there. Or more like the CPU. You just double the strain on it right there. So think about that for a second. I love you, OJ, but generally don't understand how you can correlate Nintendo, who's been around for like 100 years, to brand new market, just getting started and really taking off. Show me the sales numbers of it taking off. I like facts, buddy. It can't be. You like emotion and your feelings are great, but show me the facts. The facts do not show that. They don't show that there's that. So I'm just giving you the facts. I mean, if you don't like it, that's fine, but it's just the facts, buddy. Rojo Bear 24. Thank you for the Prime subscription. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the Twitch Primer. Thank you. Like, guys, listen. This is not about my personal opinion or emotions. It's really not. And I know it's hard because we do emotion here. We all talk about what we like and what we don't like. PC handhelds like this, but my problem is this. One, I'm a factual person. I need sales data. You can't tell me it's taking off and then not provide me with the information that it's taking off. Then I can say you're taking off the bullshit, or you're taking off to making up your own fantasy. So what if I tell you, you know what? I have a business, it's taking off. Oh my God, we're doing so good. Okay. Like, I have a big business and it's in competition with all these other people and it's doing so good. People are going to say, okay, well, where's the results of that, OJ? You need to show me the sales numbers. You need to show me the results before you say that you're taking off in a publicly traded company, in public business. You know, well, Valve is private, but you know what I'm saying? Like, in a business like this, in gaming, you need to show results. You need to show facts. You need to show actual results. I'm not just going to sit there and say that, oh, it's taking off. Based off of what? Based off of what? What is it taking off based off of? Based off of your emotion? I need to see sales. Show me that it's taking off. Show me with sales numbers, not your opinion. Show me, not your heart, your emotion. Show me with facts. Like, why is that so hard to understand? Like, that I would like to see facts. You know, that I don't think that's a bad thing to want to actually see real sales numbers before you say, okay, yeah, it's taking off. Nintendo's been around for 1 million years. Okay, they've been around for 1 million years. So what? Did you already talk about Brazil saying third parties are putting the most ambitious games on Switch too? We talked about that this morning, but we can get to it later. I agree. I both have Steam Deck and Switch, and both amazing. I don't care about sales. Oh, I don't make any of the profit from either. They have the pro and cons. To be honest, the game's not sales. Let me ask you a question, King Jones. How do you think the Switch got so many games? How do you think PC handhelds or PC games keeps going? What do you think is the reason why this whole thing's going? So you don't care about sales. That's fine. You don't have to. But how do you think you even get what you get in the first place? Do you think that it's magic? Do you think that it's because you love them? Is it because you smile because you're a gamer? Is it built off of rainbows, like Lucky Charms? Like if you go to the end of the rainbow, are there video games there? How do you think you even get those in the first place? So it's always funny when I see people say, well, I don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get any profit. You know that none of this stuff happens without them selling, right? Without games being like a business, you don't get what you want. So guys, we need to get ourselves out of this mindset of, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't get any money. Who cares if it does good? Bro, you wouldn't be a gamer if it didn't do good. You got to realize that, okay? If no money's coming in, you don't get more games being made. If you love PC gaming and you love Valve, if Valve doesn't make all the money that they make, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. They'd all go get a job somewhere else doing something else, okay? If Nintendo wasn't making money off selling games and all that, you wouldn't get what you want. So whenever people say, who cares? I don't make any profit. You realize that it's a business, right? You realize that it has to sell in order to get what you want. So if your games that you like don't sell, you are not going to get what you want. So just keep that in mind. Now you don't have to care, like you don't have to like, oh my god, it's like oh my gosh, like I need to have it. But I mean, it's okay to talk about that and be cognizant and say, oh yeah, well I hope that the businesses stay there because people need jobs. Just keep all that in mind, okay? Keep all that in mind. I know it's tough sometimes, but keep that in mind. Shout out to the Baron. Big love to Baron, man. I appreciate you. Also, big love to Rena with the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate that. Big love to Rena. You are now the gift ninja. And Baron, I was joking around with the whole Lamar Jackson thing because like somebody was trying to tell me like the scales have tipped for PC handhelds, and I'm like, how? He's like, oh, well, I feel this way. I'm like, that's great that you feel this way. I'm happy for you. But that's not factual. We need facts. And the facts are PC handhelds don't sell anything. They're for the niche, core gamers on here. Maybe they'll blow up. Probably they won't because they've been out for how many years now, and I don't see it. So yeah, he's getting destroyed. Why do people want to debate zero facts? I mean, it is what it is, guys. Like, listen, if you guys want to talk about what your favorite games are, or if you like PC handhelds, or if they're good for you, that's fine. I'm down, dude. We can do that. I am down. Let's talk about it. I have a Steam Deck OLED. We can discuss that all you want to, but stop trying to pit it against the Nintendo Switch or pit it against Microsoft or pit it against Sony. Like, they don't sell like that, bro. Like, just stop trying to do that. I tried to say the same thing to these PS Portal guys. They're trying to pit it against some. Bro, PS Portal ain't selling like any normal system. It's just not. Stop trying to say it's sold out here and all this other. Stop. It ain't. It's an accessory. It's a thing. They're not reporting sales numbers for a reason. Stop trying to pit it against something. It is what it is. If you want to talk about it individually, talk about it. But stop trying to put it into some type of sales discussion against this and that when they won't report numbers. Stop. If you like it and if it's your feelings and your emotions and that you enjoy it, good. I was playing PS Portal today. It works. It now works with the updates. It now works when I'm in the same room with it. So if I'm in the same room or very close, it works a little bit better than it worked before. We can talk about that, our emotions, but stop trying to pit it against something factually. Like when it comes to competition, like sales. Now, once again, your own personal opinion, that's great. But let's not go to the other area. You guys are going to... Y'all gonna not like me if we do that because I'm sorry, I'm brutally honest with these things, Shout outs to Rojo Bear. Thank you for the Twitch Prime though, man. I love these meltdowns and hypocrisy from these PC handheld fanboys. Listen, man, I'm just being honest with you guys. Like, listen, we need people to actually have honesty in the gaming industry. We need with the content creators, and we need people that are willing to, once again, like Maximillion, dude, that came out and had to correct himself about what happened. I appreciate Max for that. He's a cool dude,
Look at this guy trying to talk facts. Don't you mean fake news? Everyone knows that PC handhelds are taking off and will obliterate the Switch too. My sources will back me up and you can't refute it. Ask
Okay.
my boy Tripster why we're winning.
Shoutouts to Lemstar with the $4.99. It says, "Hey OJ, I was here's hoping Liam puts BG3 on Switch 2. I feel like a lot of people would play it there, me included, but please have physical." Yeah, I think people would. Their other games were on Switch, or the Divinity or like whatever Original Sin or whatever. That's on Switch 1, so I think that it's definitely possible. Big love, thank you Lemstar for the $4.99. We out here, 150 on the board. Shoutouts to Baron. If I missed your comments, Baron, can you please type them again so I can read what you're saying? The chat's kind of going dummy right now. We got a lot of people watching. Also, we can thank Nintendo for bringing handhelds back. Switch wasn't successful. Probably wouldn't have the PC handhelds. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We probably wouldn't have a lot of PC handhelds if Nintendo didn't bring this type of way, because all we had before was GPD win, and nobody was buying that crusty GPD. Ain't nobody buying that $1,000 crusty GPD win, bro. So yeah. I think they'll port Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 to Switch. It'd be like a hit like Skyrim. I mean, yeah, they put Kingdom Come Deliverance, the first one, on Switch 1, so I think it's definitely possible for Switch 2. Think it's definitely possible. Let's see here. Ever make all these PC handhelds, hybrids, and things to try to compete with Switch, but no one able to come close so far? Yeah, like, I still want them to be here. Like, PC handhelds are cool. Like, they're cool. They've got a lot of functionality. They got a lot of pros and cons, just like any other device, just like anybody. Nobody's perfect. Nothing's perfect, really. You know, so there's always a lot of pros and cons and a lot of things that are good and bad with anything. So I don't mind them being here. I just think when people try to say there's like some type of direct competition or something like that, I'm like, okay, well, you got to actually have sales numbers for that to be the case. Like, that's all I'm saying. Not saying that they can't be here. I bought one. I bought a Steam Deck OLED for $500 something. Like, you know, and I don't even use it. So, you know, they're not for me. They're not. I thought maybe I could use it, but I don't like how much tinkering you have to do with it. It's not automatic. Games just work and play. There's a lot of nonsense with it. So it's not for me, but for other people, sure.
Why can't you see that PC handhelds are taking over?
Yeah.
Just ignore the sales and accept the facts, OJ. Despite the facts are against PC handhelds, but just accept Switch 2 is gonna FLOPP. Anyways, play theme X next lol.
I got you. Campy, what do you want to debate? What do you want to... I'm not here to debate your emotions on how you feel, okay? So, I don't want you to come here to debate and it's really bad. Like, I don't want to debate your emotions because I'm not trying to dictate how you feel about one thing or another. You're allowed to like something more than something else. So, define what you want to debate and when, and then we can do that. But define what the debate is. I'm not here to debate you. PC handhelds are good. Dude, I have one. It's sure, they're great. Love it. Nobody's debating that. I'm talking about actual numbers and competition stuff, which you can't provide. You still haven't been able to provide me with any real competitive numbers when it comes down to it. So you just like them more, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So what are you debating? Like, what is there to debate? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, so yeah. There's nothing to debate, you know? What do you think the load times will be for Switch 2? I mean, it's gonna vary from game to game. Some of them are gonna be super fast, some of them will be slower than that. So it's just like PlayStation, it varies. There's no default load time, you know, for any game. Switch 2 haters are probably gonna be the first Switch haters. See how that turned out. Yeah. PS Portal fans on Twitter remind me of why I don't play social media. I know, seriously. Shoutouts to Mado. Thank you for the $3 though, bro. I appreciate that. Let's go. Players' debut. There's no need to debate anything. There's no need to debate. Like, I don't get the debate. I really want to debate this PC handheld market that you undermine. I get that Nintendo Switch is really successful, but we can't continue to undermine the success of PC gaming handheld. Okay, and I don't know about undermining anything. I don't have sales numbers. So since I don't have sales numbers, I can't, there's nothing to debate. I need sales numbers, and without sales, since they're not providing sales numbers, and based off the information that we do have, there is no actual massive market for PC handhelds based off of the facts. So what do you want to debate? You want to debate what you think? Like, unless you're willing to provide me with numbers, what is there to debate? Like, if you think that PC handhelds are great and good for the market, Cool. I think that too. I think PC handhelds are good for the market. I think it's good for PC gaming to have options. So we can come to an agreement on them. I have one, Campy. I have one. Like, they're good. They're not bad. And they're good. More hardware is good. And it's gonna help people buy more PC games. Maybe more indie games get sold so you can play those on the go. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So there's nothing to debate there, you know? I'm not undermining it. I'm telling you that it's not selling like Switch, because you keep on trying to put it in the same bracket as Switch, and it's not. It's just not there, market-wise, sales-wise, not yet. So that's it, you know. Yeah, I mean, I'll accept your offer when you actually have something to debate outside of your emotion, you know. Like, I'm not gonna come here and debate your emotion. We're probably gonna end up agreeing. Like, there's nothing to debate. Like, there's nothing to debate. You don't have any numbers, Campy. I've debated you on my stream, and all you say is, I feel, I think, I feel, I hope, I think. Nintendo's been around for a long time. That's not fair. All you do is just make it's, I mean, no offense, but it's like talking to, you know, like maybe like debating like a fifth grader or something. Like they just go off their emotions and how they feel and how they think and how they emote and my emojis and but I like it, and no, it like, it's not based off of any facts, not based off of anything that's like, oh yeah, we see that these sales have risen 100% over this. There is a gap. There's nothing that you're debating factually. It's just based off your emotions. Dude, I feel you, brother. Like, they're great. PC handhelds are great for that market. Honestly, they're really, really good for that market. And I'm there with you. Like, it's good for the PC market. It's good to have them. You know, I'm just trying to tell you that it doesn't really compare to Switch or Switch 2. That's all I'm trying to say, because they refuse to give us numbers. So without numbers, we can't factually debate anything, you know? How do you feel about Mario Kart becoming a live service? If it's a good live service like Splatoon, that'd be good, you know? So yeah. It's like debating Twitter. Yeah, it's like when I debated, I mean, I don't think Campy's a bad person. I think Campy's cool. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be like debating that. It's like when I debated that guy, that slop grift tuber. Like, it's just his emotions. It's not facts. You ask him, why is it this way? And he says, I don't know. You tell me. Or he just says, well, no, it's just this because. It's just no. Like, he's just, there's no point. It's just debating somebody's emotions. Like, I'm not here to debate the emotions. I mean, I'm here to debate the facts. If you want to debate the facts, that's fine. I have a PC handheld. I'm not anti-PC handheld. I have one. So, let's see here. Will Nintendo have a Switch OLED at launch? Probably not. What did Maximillion dude say? At first, he was basically criticizing Switch 2. But somebody misconstrued what he was saying. So he put out a video saying, like, pointing out his own hypocrisy. Because at first he was saying, like, where's my gimmicks? Like, oh, it's just like an iPhone upgrade and all that with the Switch 2, the reveal trailer. But then he kind of caught himself and was like, oh, well, I'm going to point out my own hypocrisy with where's the gimmicks, you know, and that when I get excited for like PlayStation, it's like the same thing, right? Or whatever. It's just like better graphics. So basically that's what happened there. But other content creators are also, and I'm giving Max credit for actually coming out and, you know, saying that and like catching himself on that one, you know, checking himself. Switch 2 is all we wanted. If we're being real, Nintendo first-party games with full third-party support. It's not to like about it. I don't know if it's gonna have full third-party support, but yeah. Just add me to the stream. What for, Baron? Hold up. Wait, how long are we gonna talk? How long you want to talk? And like, what do you want to discuss? And then I can add you. Let's see here. Gotta take accountability. Yeah, 6 minutes. Okay, but what do you want to discuss though? And I have no problem adding you. Like, what do you want to discuss though? First and foremost, and we can discuss anything that you want. Just tell me that, and I swear I'll add you. Everything? Wait a minute. You want to discuss? You want to discuss everything in only 6 minutes? You only want 6 minutes of time to discuss everything? Is that going to be enough time? Or should we actually set up an actual stream with both of us where we can advertise it that way and say, hey, I'm joining, Baron's going to be joining me to talk about this. So, Switch 2? Okay. No problem. You want to get on Discord and I'll add you. I'm doing good, Daniel. How are you? No NFL? Okay, no NFL. I got you. I'd rather play those on my PC. I have more power on that. I don't really play AAA titles on the go than I might think. about it. Probably get a Legion Go, S more power, better screen, etc. And that's fine. Nobody's saying that. Well, I mean, we don't even know what the screen's gonna be, but I mean, we'll have to wait and see on that one. But people play Nintendo games or Nintendo systems usually for first-party games. But yeah, if you want to put those on your PC, then play them on your PC. That's fine too. Some people rather have have it on a system that's built for it and not PC in terms of how the PCs, it's built for your PC, and then like those Legion Goes and those other things are kind of just like supplemental devices. So yeah. So some people might want to play it where it's actually built for it, or maybe you want to have the option to buy physical, right? They're, physical games. So there's always going to be different stuff for people in terms of what they want or not, But if you don't want to play it on there, that's fine. That's why there's all sorts of systems. Anybody can buy whatever they want, There are some games that I personally just want to have physical, or I want to have on like an actual real like platform, like portable platform. Because PC, it's like the PC handhelds, they're like, yeah, they're a little bit weird. They're a little bit weird in terms of how they work and like functionality for them, right? Like if you have a Steam Deck, for example, some of them are optimized for Steam Deck, some of them are not. Some of them work well, some of them don't. Most of them you can tinker around with to get it to work, but it's not like it's built for it. And I think that's the biggest issue. If I had an issue with it, none of these systems, like they're not built for them. They're just kind of like a handheld PC. That's like a thing, right? And like you can play them on there, but you're not sure if everything's going to work properly or exactly be the way that it is. So for me, that's a big turnoff, and that's one of the reasons why I don't play my Steam Deck more, is because nothing's actually built for it. It's just kind of emulating your desktop or emulating a PC and then going from there, right? Now, I personally would wish, and I know PC gamers probably wouldn't want this, but I would love for there to be games actually built for Steam Deck, where it's like, hey, this is built for the Steam Deck. And, there are games that are optimized for it, but it'd be great if there are actually games built for it, Getting on Discord now. Yeah, just let me know when you're actually on there, and then I got you, man. I'll send you a direct message. Let me see here. Yeah, I see you right here. Just send me a wave, or just send me a wave on Twitter or whatever. If you look me up, and then I got you, then or just let me know when you're ready, and then I got you. It'll most likely end up having third-party support. PS4, Xbox 5 Series area go on significantly longer, and Switch 2 will be at least PS4 performance capable. You can't necessarily just say at least capable of this or that. It's kind of hard because PS4 Pro is older, right? And PS4 Pro doesn't have DLSS, and PS4 Pro doesn't have certain techniques in terms of the architecture because it's older. So once we actually get the system, then we'll kind of see where the performance is and all that. But I'm always hesitant to kind of say it's going to be this performance or this or at least that. We don't know until we actually get it. We need to see how the system works and how it runs everything first and foremost, So, he says 30 FPS is not fine in any game, honestly. Yeah, then don't play it. Nobody's forcing you to play anything, Nobody's forcing you to play any game at any frame rate. So play whatever you want. Cool, Goy. If you want to not play games on there, don't play games on there. Play your PC, play your Xbox, play your PlayStation, play whatever you want. Nobody's forcing you. But, Switch 2 is going to do really well. So if that makes you see it a little bit, then that's fine too. seems like you're defiant about like people enjoying this, which is okay. It's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Little bit of seethe energy though. I'm just sensing a little bit of seethe energy, but that's okay. Everyone's allowed to have an opinion too. Seems like this on OS, it's not Windows handheld. Yeah, but it definitely, they don't have games made for it. It's not built for Steam Deck. Yes, they have their own OS, the Steam OS that they use for there, but the games aren't built for the Steam Deck. Like, hold up here. The games are not built for the Steam Deck. They're just, it's a PC game and it runs to whatever the optimizations of the Steam Deck is. That's why some games great with Deck, not great with Deck. I don't know. It might work. It might not work. It's not a portable system built with the game specifically for it. Like, you don't get those notifications on like Switch or PS Vita or like Game Boy Advance or like any actual real portable system, Oh my gosh, you're that same guy. You're that same guy banned so long ago. The guy who stilled the Donkey Kong Country Tropical Jungle. You're the guy who still doesn't know the name. Is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze? Is it named something else in like Europe or some other country? Did they name it something else? Did they name that game something else in a different country? You don't know what I'm talking about? Okay, there's somebody that came here, which I'm still unsure if you're still that guy or not. But there was somebody that came here that I banned a while ago, and he said the same thing about Donkey. He made the same mistake. Sequel to Donkey Kong Country Tropical Jungle. You know what I'm saying? Like, he made the same exact thing, which I'm pretty sure it's you, but that's okay. Even if it's not, that's fine. He made the exact same thing. So, and I've never seen people make the same mistake with this game. So, like, it's called Donkey. There is a Donkey Kong Country Returns. There's a Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D. There's a Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. There's a Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. And that's it. There is no Donkey Kong Country Tropical Jungle. I think you meant Tropical Freeze, but there is no Tropical Jungle. All right? I think you meant Tropical Freeze. What I'm saying, you Inky, you know exactly what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm saying. So I'm not even gonna sit here and try to explain it again. Let's see, you keep saying it. It's for PC. It's built for a PC. It is not built directly for the system. So therefore you have lots of compatibility issues for like the 5th or 6th time. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Inky. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Why you get those messages on your Steam Deck of might not run on it, might not be compatible, might run on it. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. I don't know. Optimize for it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So for like the millionth time, it's not built for the system. I don't care if it's Steam OS, OS Steam, if it's Windows, whatever the case is, it's not built for it. That's why there's a lot of compatibility issues and issues overall. You know that. All right. Are we good? Good. All right. You ready, Baron? Let's go. I'm going to just bring you in via voice. Jungle Beat? No, definitely not Jungle Beat. DK Country Tropical Jungle is only available on the GameCube 2 in an alternate universe. Oh, is that Ferris as the profile picture? Oh yeah, he definitely might be a troll. He definitely might be a troll. If he's using somebody else's, I didn't know it was Ferris on there. His picture like that. Yo, Baron, you there? Oh no, his mic's muted.
You can't hear me now?
I can hear you now with your crusty mic.
The mic still sound bad? I don't know what's going on.
It's all right.
I just bought this mic, so it has to be something with my PC.
What type of mic is it?
I forgot. I threw the box away. It was one of those like $80 ones I got off Amazon.
Okay, it's not like the worst mic or anything like that.
No, it's definitely not. No $80 goddamn dollars. No.
It's all right. So, Baron, what did you want to talk about when it comes to the Switch 2? I did watch most of your live stream. I think I was working out today. I'm about like an hour and a half in, so I know that there's still more, but I did watch a lot of that. But yeah, what did you want to talk about when it comes to Switch 2, man? I'm all ears.
Well, I like to apologize for the 3.5 hour live stream, but I ain't made a video in 2 months, so I was just going and going and going. So I know people can't get through all that. I'm gonna try to keep it shorter because I wouldn't even watch 3 hours of a live stream. So,
I'll watch 3 hours. I'll just split it up.
That's long.
Just split it up when I'm working out. It's good to.
But yeah, I just had to come in here. I was trying to watch the national championship game and don't really care who wins. And then I just, I seen you was streaming. So sometimes I just drop in and listen to, the nonsense that you say all the time.
The nonsense that I say. Oh, goodness.
The nonsense that you say. But, you caught my attention when you said Lamar. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to have to get on there and curse him out real quick.
Said no football.
I know. Then I heard you arguing with old boy. And I was like, nah, I have to go in here and set this record straight because I'm tired of seeing this. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of reading it on Twitter. I'm tired of seeing it on YouTube. I'm tired of seeing it on Facebook. I'm just tired of hearing and seeing it. people got to understand these mobile PCs.
Yeah, these mobile PCs go on. did Campy get him? Did Campy snipe Baron out? Did Campy choke Baron out? Baron get rock bottom? Did he get the finisher put on him? Uh-oh. These mobile PCs, the PC, Gaben got him, bro. Okay.
Yeah, so
we thought Gaben got you. We thought Gaben got you. Lord Gaben got you, brother.
No, he didn't get me. But yeah, stop hyping up this Steam Deck stuff. Y'all need to quit it.
Okay.
You know, I think the biggest perpetrators in gaming are the PC guys, because they know better, but they still like to spread misinformation, and that is so annoying. They make it seem like you could just buy these mobile PCs and you could just game on it like so easily, and it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And like OJ was saying, half of the shit don't even work. like more than half of it doesn't work. You got to tinker with the settings and do all this and that. It's like nobody wants to do all that. Nobody wants to do all that, bro. So it's like, come on. Let's just cut the nonsense out.
I mean, the facts of the matter are, right? The facts of the matter is that it's based off of the sales, based off of what's actually being sold, that it's a pretty small niche market, you know? And I think the only issue that I have is when people start to try to bring it up as some type of mass market thing, and it's not. They have this small bubble, or they have this small window of people that have it or that like it, or you're in a community like a ROG Ally community, you know, or like a Steam Deck community, and you're surrounded by people that are like that love it, you know, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is that you fail to see the outside of that. I think that's the bigger problem. And not only do you fail to see the outside of that, you fail to refuse the factual side of it. It's not even just being like, oh, well, yeah, that's true. It doesn't do like, and like, except like they don't accept it. Like a lot of the hardcore, not most people are obviously smart, and yeah, PC handles are PC handles. They're not really in competition, but the people that are like really into it, and like the content creators that are really into it, refuse to even see, like, that's like, they'll provide facts and stuff for lots of other things, but when it comes to this specific thing, they don't want to provide facts and details. They want to go off their emotions and their feelings. And that's where I just kind of step in and say, I'm not here to talk about your emotions and your feelings about like, it's got to be like the numbers, like the facts, right? People, listen, these same guys threw Wii U and into everybody's faces. I've seen these same people talk about sales numbers with Wii U and Vita, and they mention sales all the time until it comes to what they like. And then all of a sudden, it's no longer about sales. But they have no problem throwing the Wii U under the bus, or not even under the bus, just saying, look at the sales. Oh, Nintendo, they're about to go there. They have no problem with that. Now all of a sudden, sales numbers, hardware numbers, or no, and listen, there are content creators that I am talking about right now, but I'm not trying to hate on them, but they've done this. Like, we've seen them do this. So,
listen, hold on. OJ, hold up. Listen, OJ's a nice guy. I'm not. I'll say it to your face. I ain't gonna name no names because this is OJ channel, so I ain't trying to get him in trouble, but I will name them. I don't give a damn, because they know they are full of crap. They're full of dog crap. Just like OJ said, they'll tell you about certain things, but then they'll omit the full truth. Like, they won't tell you that you're not gonna play Steam Deck and just download a game and play it. You got to go through all these goddamn channels and trials and tribulations to even do anything and play this damn thing. People on PC, they don't play. They're not gamers to me. And I know that's going to upset some people who like PC, but I don't care.
I'm not signing off on this. What do you mean they're not gamers? I disagree.
Listen, I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain it to you. You don't have to sign off. This is just This is specifically my view.
This is Baron's. This is Baron's opinion, by the way. And I will say
this is my view.
And before you get into it, I'm just gonna say one more thing. There are some games on Steam Deck that are, you know, you can just download it and play, and it is no problem.
Yeah, what, like 2% of them? Everything I watched on Steam Deck, people are in the settings, fumbling around trying to get the damn thing to even work. Nobody wants to do that. PC gamers don't understand that the gamers, the majority, the ones that run this industry, we just want to put something in and play it. That's what we want to do. We ain't got time to worry about no drivers. We ain't got time to worry about if our rig is up to date. We ain't got no time to worry about buying the graphics card, buying this, upgrading that. We don't want to do none of that. Nobody wants to do that, and the PC gamers don't understand that. And they always talk about they're the master race. No, you're the simp race. You're the simp race because you get pimped out of all your money out of your pockets because somebody like NVIDIA can go on stage and talk about a 5090 and you just go Google for Cocoa Puffs. Nobody wants to act like that. That's not how gamers act. Y'all play tech. Y'all.
Baron's mic can't keep up with them, bro. He can't keep up. This man's mic is too hype for his own mic. Too hype for his mic. Shout outs to Kenneth with the subscription. I appreciate that, Kenneth. Oh my goodness, man. Oh man, Baron will be back. Baron will be back. I mean, to kind of just comment before he comes back, the kind of comment on what he's saying. Yeah, like, no, I mean, I think like there's definitely PC gamers that are just cool about it. You know, like they just like to have the flexion, like the options that PC gaming offers, right? Like PC gaming offers flexibility. You get free online play, so that's pretty cool. You get flexibility with any type of controller that you want to use. Obviously, you have a lot of Steam sales. You have different storefronts that you can buy from. There's a lot of cool things. Customizable options that come with PC gaming that, you know, yeah, if you like to tinker around with something a little bit, if you like to kind of mess around with stuff, PC gaming is really, really, really good. But I get the other side of it. There's pros and cons to console gaming. There's pros and cons to like every single type of gaming. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of cons that, you know, console gamers obviously don't want to deal with when it comes to PC gaming. I think Baron is back. Baron, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, keep on going.
I'm back. All I'm saying is that we don't care about you running your games at 120 frames per second. We don't care about your max settings. We don't care about your refresh rate on your ugly ass damn monitor. We don't care about none of that. That's not why we became gamers. This is why I came to the conclusion that I don't even want to acknowledge y'all as gamers anymore. Because y'all playing specs. You're not playing games. You're playing specs 24/7. Every time I turn around, somebody's trying to enjoy themselves that is a console gamer talking about, oh, how this game is beautiful, or how this game plays. Well, you're playing it at 30 frames per second. Who cares?
Yeah.
Nobody gives a damn. Why every time we try to enjoy something here, y'all come into, oh, you playing on medium settings. What the hell is medium settings on a console? That's y'all verbiage over there. Y'all keep that nonsense over there. We don't care. We never cared, and we don't care now. You see, OJ is old enough to understand. I don't know when this happened, but I blame this on PlayStation and Xbox. At one point in time in the gaming community, the PC guys was over there, and we were over here. We never really mingled with each other like that. They was in their little world. We was over here in the real world. At some point, somebody decided to cross-mingle these guys and affect them in our community with all this bullshit that they have. And it's like, it's annoying. It's annoying. If you want to spend a rent payment and a house payment and a car payment on a PC to play one damn game, that's your prerogative. You gonna do that. Don't bring that asinine foolery over here and that mindset to me, because I'm not going to accept it.
Baron, you're gonna get like you're gonna get like the death by 1,000 PC nerds. Like,
I don't care, but that's exactly what they are. They basement dwelling nerds that ain't got nothing better to do with them lives but complain and worry about what we doing over here. Why? I just said my question. Why are you so bothered that we are enjoying ourselves over here on these consoles? Why does it make your blood boil that we enjoy ourselves over here on these consoles playing these games?
Why are they in the basement and we're not in the basement? What makes them in the basement?
Because we in the living room, we have hybrid systems now. We not anchored to no damn basement with a big ass 10-ton of a fucking rig. That's why. That's why. It made me crash out on these guys, bro.
What about handheld PCs now? They can take it anywhere they want.
All your mobile PCs are trash. They garbage. They all try to mimic the Switch. They all try to look like the Switch. And then you can't, you're not really a Switch. You don't switch, bitch. Like, so you not switch.
Well, no, they can dog.
I'm sorry, OJ.
No, they can dog.
I'm sorry, OJ.
No, you're okay.
Don't get me started on that weak-ass docking. Don't get me started on that.
Baron is going.
We got a donut coming in.
Don't get me started on that, bro.
OJ, hopefully all is well. I am backlog.
You said what?
Oh, there's a
This is very
donut coming in.
informal
It's
portion.
reading off right now.
Gamers had their own corners. Now they all going to attack the next successor.
Okay.
Which was funny. They complain when they don't know the full aspect.
The reason why they're by the way, the reason why it's official, the reason why that they're basement tools is because they're chained to their big old rigs that just can't move.
Yeah, it's the facts. You're not moving that rig. If I have a console and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have family come over for the holidays. I'm gonna move my game in my bedroom. I'm moving in the guest room. You're not moving that big ass rig. That rig is gonna be exactly where it's at. You are tethered to that room eternally.
But why is it
That's what it is.
But why is it a basement? Why isn't it like a bedroom? Like, why is it not like a bedroom?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you're a PC gamer and you got your rig in your bedroom, guarantee you single. Guarantee you are.
What does that?
100%. Cause ain't no.
You're single
ain't
too.
Ain't no woman gonna allow you to have that big ass rig in their room. They not gonna allow it.
You're single too.
I don't listen. I'm single by choice, and I don't have a big ass rig that tether me now. I'm able to move freely and mingle. That's some player shit right there. But I'm gonna get back to the PC stuff. You ain't moving that. You ain't moving that big ass rig in no room, and you in a relationship because she ain't gonna have it.
Bro, tell me you wrote this down. There's no way this is off the top of your head.
No, I didn't write this down. What are you talking about? This is me just going off on frustrations. I'm so tired of these dudes. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of them. I'm tired that y'all even give them the time of day when they open their damn mouths. It's annoying.
It's like a stand-up routine. This is absolutely hilarious. I think maybe you've been thinking about this though. And I'm not saying that you wrote it down.
No.
You've been thinking about these people. No, you've been thinking about these people.
Yes, I've always it's getting to the point like it's aggy. You know how in the summertime and you sweat a little bit and the gnats just keep landing on you. That's what they are. They're like gnats. It's like go away.
Yeah.
Go into your basement. Go and circle jerk to your 120 frames per second and your 4K monitor on ultra settings. Leave us alone. We don't want to do that.
I'm going to go over 2 donos and then we can continue on here, Baron. Shout out to Sicilian with the 2 says, can DSP or low tier god call in sometime too? We need to get them on the line. Shout out to Vatson. Thank you for the big $20, man. Appreciate that. Big Vatson with the big 20. And then Sicilian with another $2 says, the basement is cooler because hot air rises. So he's giving a reason to be in the basement. You know, the hot air rises, you know, it's cooler in the basement. So for like the PCs and stuff, you know. So there's that. Listen, just a real quick before you kind of go on with that. Like, I see what you're saying, like with some of the PC stuff. Yes, and it can be very annoying. I do think that console gamers can also be annoying. Not trying to play devil's advocate, but I do think that console gamers can be very annoying too with some of the stuff that they say. You know, and I think anybody can be annoying. But I see what you're saying though, for sure. Like, I see what you're saying.
But no, OJ, I'm not gonna let you have that. I'm not. You're not gonna give these guys any room to breathe. I'm letting you do it. No, we're not annoying. You know why we're not annoying, OJ?
Why? Because
we don't tiptoe and take our asses over into their community and tell them that they're inferior. We don't even bother them. But they come over here. And it's a reason why they come over here all the time. because they know PC gaming is damn near irrelevant when it comes to mainstream gaming. Oh yeah, I said it. I definitely did say it. I will say it again. They know damn well who runs this gaming industry. It's definitely not the PC gamers, it's the console gamers. We dictate what goes on around this bitch, not you. You just along for the ride. You on the coattails. That's what y'all need to understand. Y'all need to know y'all place in this gaming industry. You not in the forefront. You in the back. Matter of fact, you ain't even in the back. You in the trunk. You just riding up. You along for the damn ride. Just shut up and enjoy the ride. Stop trying to be in the driving seat because you're not driving anything.
That meme of of the whole quit having fun meme, where the like the stick figures and like this is better, like you said when you talk about like specs and stuff. I do see that like a lot when it comes down to it. People just not like PC gamers that are just trying to insert themselves. But I think it's also by the gaming, because like everything comes like out all at once, right? You have PC, console, everything's kind of like all out at the same time. Right, so you're gonna have PC, and you're gonna have stuff that's built for that works well with PC, or games developers that have PC backing. Like let's say Witcher, right? Witcher, that's like a PC-ish type of thing, where that a lot of their fans are on PC first. So like I see what you're saying, but at the same time, I mean there is some for real like cross between the two and all of that. But I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's
you do know, OJ. It's okay. I understand. I'm just saying. I'm saying what you thinking. I know you don't want to say it. You probably can't say it. I'm just saying what you thinking.
No,
it's all good. I get it. I fully understand. I fully trust me.
No, wait a minute.
I fully understand.
No, wait. Hold up. No,
because you over here trying to play both sides. The hell with them. I'm not playing both sides anymore. I'm done with these people. I'm done with these people. I'm not giving them an inch. I'm gonna stay on their neck from this day forth. I'm on your neck. I have a gaming
PC. I have one. I have a Steam Deck as well. So I mean, I can't completely,
I understand, OJ. Yeah, you do have one, and you really told us how you felt about that 10 minutes ago. So you really told us how you felt about this. So it's cool that you are willing to at least expand your horizons, like they say.
I tried,
and test stuff out. That's cool, but you understood that is just not the optimal way to game. It's just not. No, and I need them to understand that
it's not great for me. I agree. Like it's not. It's not great for me. For me personally, because of my job. Because I sit at a desk all day anyway, and the last thing that I want to do is sit at a desk and play like PC gaming. Now there are other ways, like if you want to get like a mini PC box, right, or if you want to do different things like that, or obviously Steam Deck. But once again, if you do that, it also is not as good as just. It's like, why should I even bother with that when I can just play it on my PS5? That's just
exactly.
That's just built for that. I don't care about the extra. Whatever graphic, like PS5's plenty strong, it's plenty strong, it's good. I can play Visions of Mana, no problem. I don't need to play Visions of Mana with like the shiniest of the colorful, anime hair. You know what I'm saying? Like I can play, it looks fine on PS5. Like it looks fine. So yeah, I realized that last year, I realized that like I'm probably done buying anything on PC because there's no point. Grand Blue, same thing with Grand Blue. There's no point. I mean, I should have just bought that on PS5. I don't really feel like sitting at my desk and playing it, and I don't feel like buying like a whole PC box thing to hook up to a TV. Like, what's the point? Because it's not necessarily built for that. I mean, you could make it work like that. But if Valve ever made, I will say this: if Valve ever made a Steam machine, like a good Steam machine, like that's something that I'd probably be like a powerful, good Steam machine. I might be interested in that. That just like I can just hook it up. But once again. If Sony has like the PS6 or, obviously the next Xbox might be a Steam machine. It might be an Xbox or Xbox Steam machine hybrid. That might be something that I'll be interested in. But yeah, I mean, you're right, man. Like I didn't like, I'm not, I've tried and I've honestly tried, but I'm not really a super fan of it. So. Yeah,
it's trash. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's trash. So if you're a PC gamer and you're watching this right now and you hear my voice, right? Your setup is trash, and I'll tell it to your face. The way you game is trash. The way you game is overly expensive. The way you game is not ideal.
Let me push.
The way you game makes me question if you even like gaming. So it's
let me push back though. Let me push back. Overly expensive. Well, what if you have like a mid rig and like you buy Steam sale games? Like, what if you do that?
What is the point when you could just buy a console?
So you can have those options, Baron. So you can have like
the options are what?
You can have the options.
It ain't like the PC is overflowing with exclusive content.
Mods.
That's worth playing.
People like mods. You can have mods. People do love mods though. Like, I'm not trying to even be devil's advocate here. People do like mods.
Okay. All right. You can mod a little bit. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, mods. I mean, like using different types of controllers, free online. I mean, there's some, you like free online, right?
And that brings me another thing. We talking about options of controllers. The Switch 2 gets mouse functionality, and they act like it ain't shit. Like, it doesn't matter. It's like, but y'all been clamoring over having mouse functionality in y'all games for so long. Now that the console is going to have it, now it doesn't mean anything. This is why I can't stand these guys. Like, it's PC or nothing, and it's like, no, it's not like that. Y'all are y'all at the bottom of the totem pole, man. Like when these companies make these games, y'all not the highest priority. Y'all at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to priority. When these companies make these games, that's what y'all need to understand.
Shout outs.
I don't know. I don't know when y'all got it misconstrued at, but it's like that now. It's been like that for a while. So
yeah, big love to Sicilian with another 2. It's your boy Ralphie says, talk to him, bruh. Sicilian with another 2 says, what does this guy think about mini PCs? He's making fun of Darkside Phil for, I don't know if you know about DSP. You know about DSP, Baron? I don't think I've ever asked you that. You know about this guy named DSP?
No, who's that? I might see it once in a blue. If you had some clips online, I've probably seen it.
I got some homework for you. Look up, oh, the camera's on, DSP. Just type in, oh, the camera's on, DSP. There you go. Type that on YouTube.
Man. I think that's going to make me go on another rage.
Type, oh, the camera's on? Just type that. Type that. Shout out to It's Your Boy with another $1.99. He says, it's cold as F over here in Atlanta. Sheesh. Okay, yeah.
It definitely is. It's like,
how cold is it there?
20 degrees.
Damn,
like 20 degrees.
20 degrees?
Yes. I don't know what's going
I'm good on all that, bro. 20 degrees? That's like East Coast, like New York, or like, oh no, I can't be, or like some type of Midwest, like Buffalo or something like that. No, 20 degrees. Oh no, that's too cold. That's I mean, me, the lowest I can do is 30. That's like I am very uncomfortable in 30 degrees.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. Somebody in the chat talking about the Legion Go got the mouse. The hell with the Legion Go. Have y'all seen the mouse functionality on Legion Go?
Lol.
It's like it's a worse setup than playing a game at Dave & Buster's. Like, have y'all seen the even setup of the Legion Go using the mouse functionality? That's the bullshit I'm talking about. Like, that does not look comfortable to even play. Have you seen that, OJ?
I've seen the trailer.
Have you seen that clumsy, cloppy mouse functionality of the Legion Go?
It was a trailer, so I don't know how it actually is in, like, when you actually use it yourself.
Bruh, did it look like something you wanted to play with?
I don't think I never play I'll probably never play a Legion Go.
Did it look like something like, oh, this looks like some good controlling setup, I want to play with that. Did that pop in your brain?
No, because whenever I think
because it looked trash. That's why.
It looks like the higher quality products on Temu, or like the higher quality one. Like, you can't get like the $20 or $30 like, I don't know, music player. Get like the $50 music player on Temu. If you get like Wish or like AliExpress, get like the higher expensive one. If you get like that, it's good. It'll work. It's cool, man. But like, it's just like, yeah, it's not for me. I don't know.
It ain't for anybody. So it's these mobile PCs. Just stop comparing them to dedicated gaming consoles. It's not the same. They don't run the same. Like, that's what bothers me, that they don't tell y'all, regular people that be watching these streams and on social media and in the public. They don't tell y'all these things. they don't play the same and don't run the game. These mobile PCs are literally like little PCs. You got to run Linux or you got to run Windows OS, so they got the Steam OS, and then you got to hopefully your game works properly, and then you got to go into the settings while the game is on and tweak it enough to make sure it's not stop motion animation when you play the damn thing. It's like, come on, bro. Stop comparing this.
I bought a ROG Ally from Best Buy last year, Baron, or no, the year before. I bought a ROG Ally, and I booted it up, I set it up, and I returned it literally within like a 3-hour period. I was
like, why?
Trash. Like, just
you didn't like running that Windows?
I didn't like running the Windows. I'm like, what am I running a Windows on? Like, on this handheld? Like, it's
you wasn't throwing running Windows 11 Home Edition.
I heard RGT. He was like, oh yeah, ROG Ally. Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, RGT. Like, okay. I mean, I trust his opinion. Bro, I mean, I think once you get everything set up, it probably is great, and I think that's what he's talking about. People always say a lot of good things. The people who actually, like the 7 people that have a ROG Ally, they always say good things about it. They always say so many good things about it and everything. But for me, like, it just wasn't, like, I'm setting up all of a sudden, and I don't know, I think I picked the option of import my desktop. All of a sudden, I'm importing video files. My whole damn
desktop. Are little PCs. They make it seem like they're like dedicated. They're not dedicated gaming devices. They're little PCs. Literally, they have to operate like a PC.
I didn't mean to do that, but it damn import. I had a Xenoblade Chronicles background. Like I had all these little white blank files because it couldn't really import it properly, and I think that was like the death. I was like, I'm good. Like I wiped it. I just wiped it. I said, I'm good. I tried to boot up a game, and it was just I said, I'm good. I tried to like log into Steam or whatever so I can get like the thing so I can play, and it just was taking forever. I was like, I just wiped it. Factory reset, boxed it up, returned it. Like, oh, why'd you turn it back? They said, why'd you return it? I'm like, because I felt like it. That's what I told the person. I said, because I felt like it. And he's like, oh, okay, sorry, sir. I was like, good. And I just got my money back. I don't know. I was being salty towards him. It wasn't his fault. It was my fault for even considering buying that thing,
It's not your fault. You got hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray to buy that whack ass mobile PC. I
don't blame RGT. I don't blame RGT either, because the way that he showed it, he knows what he's doing with it. So he knows what he's doing, and like the way that like you can tweak it or whatever. Like, so like, if you're into that, like, it's good. But I'm not into that, man. Like, I don't.
If you're into that, you're already on PC. Us console gamers don't give it. We're not into that. We're not trying to do none of that. We're trying to put the game in the console and play. That's what we're trying to do. That's it. We're not trying to do nothing else.
Maybe download an update. If there's an update, okay, I don't mind downloading an update or something like that or whatever. But like, it's got to be like automatic. It's got to be like, okay, it checks, it does it, or okay, it installs, it does it. There's no, I got to tweak or go into something, in order for it to get it to work or something like that. So for me, Bro, yeah, I barely had it for a few hours. And I know there's people in my chat, they love like some of these portable pieces. Like, you can play a lot of these games like in a lot better frame rates or resolution or whatever the case is. But I mean, like, I think like for me, like I said, I'd rather just like play on my Xbox Series or my PS5, or if a game runs good on my Switch, I'll play it on there. If not, I mean, Switch 2's coming, and we'll actually have a real high powered, like Switch 2 is going to be the first real high powered, actual like dedicated portable device. Not like a portable PC, but like an actual, the games are built for it. That's what I want. I want Sony to jump back in. Like, if Sony jumps back in next gen and they have like a portable PS5, right, where you can play your PS5 library, you can play your PS4 library, and maybe you can even play some PS6 games, or you can stream your PS6 games, but you can essentially just play portable PS5 games. That's perfect. Games that are just built for the device, not it's like something else, it's actually built for it, So if they do that, I'm down. Like, I always buy like the dedicated stuff,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the hell with Sony. But like I was saying,
but you'd be more hyped for that. You would consider that more than you would like a Steam Deck or something.
I would consider anything over the PC Nerdsel race. Like, I consider anything over that. I'll even consider Atari's little throwback handheld they're coming out with before I do anything that's PC related.
I
It's
can't
not
buy.
what to do with the headache.
I can't buy nothing that says Atari on it, bro. I can't.
And that's another thing. Like,
I can't, man.
I want to get this straight for everybody that's watching. Everybody's in the chat. How many people watching? You always got 1,000 people watching this.
Between all the social media, there's like 800 or something.
Oh man. So yeah, I want to say this very clearly. Stop comparing these handheld mobile PC garbage things to Switch 2. Switch 2 is really going to beat them out easily. And secondly, another fact that these PC guys don't want to tell y'all, these mobile PCs, like OJ said, these games are not made for these mobile PCs. They're basically the PC versions that get released, and you got to download it to this crappy ass thing that you got to optimize yourself. That's not going to be the case with a console. Games are going to be specifically made for Switch 2. So there's going to be situations where games are going to run absolutely fine on Switch 2, and they're not going to run great on these mobile PCs. Simply because they run in the PC version, you got to tweak the settings and do all this OS bullshit. It's not even going to be comparable. You know what I'm saying? So that's what people need to understand. They don't like to tell the whole truth. They like to tell the half truth just to make them feel good about themselves. It's just so annoying. It's like the most self-absorbed people on the planet. It's just like people you just want to slap in the face. You know what I mean? Just want to slap the shit out of them just for the hell of it, because they're just so snooty and they turn their nose and lips up at everything. Oh, you gaming in 30 frames per second. I frown upon that. I will uppercut you in your jaw, and I won't think twice about it. So it's like, look, I don't want to hear no more about it.
Imagine someone said, "Oh, you only played it. Just hit him with one." Yeah, I wish somebody would come up to me trying to tell me how to play. So, bro, if you don't get your crusty, nerd-looking, you know what I'm saying? Like, get out of my face, bro. Don't tell me nothing. They do it because it's online. Like, online, you just say whatever you want. But yeah, it's so weird if you were talking to somebody in person and they'd be doing nobody would do that in person. None of these dudes would be doing that in person. For sure, they wouldn't be doing that. But yeah, online, you just have the anonymity to just, oh yeah, I can just say whatever I want. And yeah, there is some snootiness to it. Like, they try to make it seem as if they're better or something than that. And yeah, I agree with you on that one. But yeah, I just hit him with the uppercut, bro. Hit him with the
I'm not talking about any uppercut. We got hit with that bus driver uppercut. You remember that one? The bus driver uppercut? You going to jail now? I got to hit you with that one. You know what I mean? Because
that Mortal Kombat, those Mortal Kombat uppercuts.
Yeah, that toasty. Yeah, I got to hit you with that one. Like,
I hit somebody with the uppercut like that too. They almost flew like that. I was like, oh snap, this is real, bro. You hit somebody, duck down, just hit them with a little They do something like that. All right, so okay, man, I feel you on that one, Baron.
Yeah. And I got so much to say. Look.
Go ahead.
All this. Oh man, now the hotline blowing up.
It's one of your flings. You're saying, oh, so we're not actually dating, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend. All right, I see how it is.
They're not watching all this game and stuff. So
you think that? You think that?
Oh, trust me, somebody found my channel before I was talking to. And they told me way later. They was like, oh, you're not gonna stream? What are you talking about? I'm not gonna stream. Oh, I found your YouTube channel. Like, what? Oh man! Like, don't look at my little nerd game and stuff.
Don't be looking at it. Don't be looking at it.
But yeah, what was I about to say? Yeah, I got another thing to say to these PC guys. These PC guys. Wait. You got a super chat? I'll let you get that. Oh, is that a membership?
Psycho. You said, yo, Baron, you got the XBLA 2006 microphone. You said he really don't be liking PC.
That was a funny one. But
that was pretty good.
Still,
that was pretty good, Psycho. That was pretty good.
That was a funny one, but still, my point still stands. My point still stands.
Psycho Pie, he's a PC guy. He's being a good sport about it.
Okay, but yeah, I really don't like PC. It would be so. It would be so different. You know what? I'm lying. It would never be different. It would never be different. I always tell people Sony is a hell of a drug, but PC is a hell of a disease, man. Like once they are on that side, there's no logic. There's no common sense. It's just, it's almost like brain rot. It's like they get dementia or something when they play on these PCs. It's almost like when they build a big rigs, they make love to them or something, and now they're attached to them mentally and physically and spiritually, and they have no sense at all after that point. It's ridiculous. So I just want to make this like very clear when Switch 2 comes out. Nobody's going to give a damn about what you have to say. We're not going to care. And I think they're really salty. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you, OJ. I think they really are salty about Switch 2 more than anything, simply because this will be the first time DLSS technology has left PC and it is on the console. I think they're really salty about that fact because if you ain't noticed, OJ, over the last 2 weeks, every time somebody always talked about Switch 2 and its capabilities, and they brought up DLSS technology, I've always seen the PC guy say, it don't work like that. It's not black magic. It's not no black bullet. It's not no magical bullet. But as soon as NVIDIA went on that stage at CES 2025 and showed you DLSS 4, every single solitary PC guy on social media was screaming all over the screen. Talking about DLSS 4 is this, DLSS 4 is that. It's like, bruh, y'all just spent the last 2 months telling Nintendo fans DLSS ain't shit. But now it's the greatest thing ever again? Because, like, come on, bro. Like, y'all so full of it.
They think that Nintendo's going to, like, supplement it. It's not like DLSS. It's like GLSS. It's like ghetto. Like, it's like not as good, right? So they think it's some type of like, oh, well, it's Nintendo, so therefore, you know, obviously it's not gonna be as good, right? It's not gonna be like the best up to date DLSS, but I mean, like,
and I'm like, bro, it's like, what are you talking about? Obviously we all know it's an NVIDIA technology. NVIDIA's making the damn GPU. It's gonna work the same. It's not gonna be any different. Like, why do you think, oh, now that it's on the Nintendo console, it's trash, and oh, now it's good again because they gave us 4? It's like, what, bro? It's like, bro, y'all had this for years now, and now you're trying to downplay it over here, but also hype it at the same time on your platform. It's like, what is going on?
I stopped paying attention to the whole like graphics card. Like after like I got like what did I get? I get like a 30 series card, and I was like, okay, I got a 30 series card. Then all of a sudden, here's a 40 series, and then after the 40, like, oh, here's a 50 series, and I'm just like, I just stopped. When the 40 series came out, I'm done. Like, I just got this one. That's fine. Whatever. I get it. You know, they got to make new ones, but they seem to come out like pretty frequently, right? And I get it. You got to always advance PC tech. You got to always make it better, and that's for me. It's like it's too frequent. And I'm not gonna be upgrading every single couple of years, every single 2 years. Upgrade. No, I ain't doing all because like they're so expensive. Like the PC, the graphics cards are like if you want it right then there at launch, it's so pricey for them.
Yeah, nobody's doing that. What's the latest graphics card? They said the thing was what was it, $1,800 or $1,200?
I think it goes up to like, doesn't it go up to like 2,000 almost for like?
Yeah, the new NVIDIA one. What was it, 5090 or whatever it was called? It's 2,000. You want this thing is. Y'all paying $1,900 for a damn graphics card. You think any gamer in their right mind wants to do that?
You can buy a lot of games for that, man.
This is y'all beating y'all chest over buying a $1,900 graphics card, and you telling me this is the pinnacle of gaming? No, it's not.
Well, it is because you can play like in a billion frames per second, right? That's what they think. I mean, well, the fact that you can like, it's so strong, like that's what is exciting for them. And here's the thing that I will say.
This is why I say, OJ, they're not gamers. They play specs. They don't play games.
Well, to them, the game experience is better when it's that way. Like that's what the game. And is that wrong? Like now I'm being.
Yes, it's wrong because that's not why you play and buy a game. You're not playing and buy a game just to experience 120 frames per second. Do you play a game to do that?
I mean, if it is, that's cool. But no, I mean, I don't play. I want to have fun first and foremost.
Okay, thank you. I don't think anybody in this chat plays a game because they want to experience 120 frames per second.
I mean, if it supports it, that's cool. But I will say, here's what I will say. Like the 120 frames thing. Like I know a game Neo, right? Neo on the PS5 that runs at 120 frames, and it's cool. Like it's super smooth and everything. And I started playing it and I got bored of it. Like I don't like the game. I mean, it's not that I don't like it, but I got bored of it and I'm playing Visions of Mana. That's not at 120 frames. It's actually at 60, I think, with some dips here and there. And I'm having way more fun with that. You know, I'd probably have more fun playing Mass Effect in 30 frames on my Xbox, playing Mass Effect 2 in 30 frames on my Xbox 360 over playing Neo at 120. Now, obviously, you know, that's a comparison of two games that you don't like, but if you have a game that you like and it runs at a super high frame rate and resolution and all that, I think that can make the game better for you, depending on what type of game it is. Like if you're playing a shooting game or like a multiplayer game, you want to have that clarity, you want to have that frame rate to where you know it doesn't trip you up when you're trying to play. So like I get it. Like there's definitely some aspects of it, but for me, not to be like, I'm not going to be upgrading and spending like, you know, two grand on that like every single couple years. And I don't think all PC gamers do that though, right? Like there's a lot of PC gamers that are like,
no. You right, OJ, because didn't they put that data out the other day?
I think most people are
put the data out of what almost all the Steam users are using hardware wise.
Yeah, I think
didn't that come out the other day?
There was something. I don't know how big the sample size was or whatever, but I don't remember. Was it a 30 series card or was it a 20 series?
No, they said the average PC gamer is playing their game at 1080p.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. There's a lot of ghetto PC gamers out there that are
1080p. And y'all over here talking about max settings on consoles, and the majority of y'all over here playing on 1080p.
There's a lot of ghetto.
And it's like, what are we talking about? Yeah, they're frauds. They're the biggest hypocritical frauds on the planet. They're fake gamers. What was that other stat that came out with that report? I think it was another stat. Only 15% of the games they buy were 2024 and newer. Only 15%? Yeah, what are y'all playing? Oregon Trail? Like, what are you buying? Like, and this is why I can't consider them gamers anymore. 15% of the games they bought was only 15% of them were new.
Well, it's because there's such a huge backlog on PC, right? PC has like 1 million years of games, and then there's Steam sales. So it's like you're not incentivized to sit there and buy all the new games and play them when a lot of the old games are really good. And like I get the whole 1080p playing it at 1080p because like, you know, obviously the higher resolution you play it at, the more it's going to
1080p is fine, but
yeah.
If you look at the general consensus of PC gamers online, that's not efficient. You got to be 4K. You got to be high. You got to be max settings. But all that playing on 1080p, like
those are
biggest hypocritical things I ever seen. It's like these people are insane. They're insane.
Those are like, I would say like those are like the Groose. You know Groose from Skyward Sword. Y'all know Groose from Skyward Sword. Those guys that say that, they're like Groose from Skyward. They act all big and bad and everything, but man, they ain't the real heroes, man. They ain't the real ones. Like the ones that I see, at least that I know, they're like 1440p. Give me 1440p, 60 frames, or 1440p, 100 frames. Give me that. You know,
I would be okay with that if you were going to be an asshole and a delusional jackass. At least back up your dumbassery. But you're not even backing up your dumbassery. You spew all this 4K shit, you spew all this 1440p shit, and you're not doing it. You're not even doing it. So it's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you out here on the console fans' asses, and you're not even doing the shit you're preaching?
Even if this is true or not, it's funny. It's so funny.
Like, be for real. Like, you're not even doing what you're preaching. So why are you even bothering us?
Oh, that's so exciting, bro.
Am I not making sense with that? Does that not make sense?
No, I think it does. I don't know, man. It's funny, though. I'm looking for.
You're not even practicing what you're preaching.
I'm looking for.
So it's like, why are you even opening your mouth? Why are you even opening your crusty ass lips?
I'm looking forward to Xenoblade Chronicles X. I think that's going to be super fun on this.
That's going to be awesome because it's made by the gods of Monolith Soft. Yeah. We know that.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. I guess we can take some questions, maybe Baron, before you go, or if you want to stay or you want to talk about anything else. I don't mind. I just don't want to take it.
Did I forget something? I think I forgot.
Whatever
something.
you want to talk about, I'm cool, dude. I'm down. We've hit our goals. So I mean, shout outs. If you guys have a question, drop a dono, whatever the case is, we'll answer it. Big love to Justin. Thank you for the 3. He says he has a point. I see that people say that you get a PC, you can play everything plus Nintendo games, and it's exhausting because they feel like they always have to tell someone about it. Yeah. And it's not like it's just easy to set up and get Nintendo games. Like they try to make it seem as if it's like I can just buy it like that, you know, or it's just easy, you know. That ain't the same thing. So Sling with the $2 says, yeah, please bring the guy back for this reaction to DSP. So yeah, they want you to react to the camera's on, and then let us know what you think the next time you come back.
Who is this guy you talking about, OJ?
Darkside Phil, DSP, Darkside Phil.
Oh, okay.
He's been around on the internet for a long time. I'm surprised you have not heard of him. He's like an OG YouTuber like you are. And like,
I don't know everybody's name. You know?
I mean, he's infamous.
If I see their face, I'm like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know everybody.
He's infamous. So yeah. Shout out.
Yeah, so I that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to get back on the frames per second thing. You know what I mean? I just had to bring out the exposure of how they expose how they all playing in 1080p and they're damn near not buying any new games. So, but also, let me take a deep breath real quick.
No, I absolutely wouldn't want.
Listen,
somebody asked
all the console gamers in this chat that is watching. What else you streaming on, OJ? That's watching on YouTube. What else you streaming on?
Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube.
Okay, Twitch and Twitter, especially Twitter. Everybody out there is watching on Twitter, especially over there. Don't let these basement dwelling, non-action getting dweebs stop you from enjoying 30 frames per second.
I don't know if you want to.
That has bothered me so deeply.
I don't know about
that has become a thing.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. I don't like Warrior Man said if the Switch was. I think you meant the Switch 2 is 1080p 30 for a lot of games. Would you? No. Like I want 60 frames or higher if you can get them. Like I want 60 or higher if you can get it. Like some games obviously need 60 or they're way better. Like Smash Brothers, Mario Kart. There are certain games, fighting games, any fighting game really. Racing games are usually, you need it for that. So yeah, I want there to be higher frame rates and stuff like that. It's just not a deal breaker if it's not. Like if I still want to play the game, like Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, that is in 30 frames. I'm still gonna play it and enjoy it in the 30 frames. If it was 60, that'd be great. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, like that's 30 frames. It'd be great if it was 60, but I enjoyed the game, so I'm not gonna not play a game. I mean, it'd be great if it was 60, but if it's not, then it's not. Then I'll go about my day. I'll play it if I want to play it.
And that's the way it's always been, and that's the way it should remain. Don't let these aliens, these immigrants of fake gamers try to bully you out of playing 30 frames per second games. We've been doing it forever. And guess what? We've been enjoying it forever. So don't let them try to bully you out of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just pay them no damn mind. It bothers me to my core. Like every time a game gets announced and everybody is hyped for it, everybody's looking forward to it. They say it looks good, whether it be Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo, they're hyped for it. And then the bullshit happens. And then Digital Fraudry put their video out, and then all hell breaks loose. It's
did you say Digital Fraudry?
Digital Fraudry puts their video out of performance, and then all hell breaks loose for the game. It's like it's the same cycle of bullshit over and over and over again. You had no problem when the company showed you in previews. You had no problem when the journalist showed you in previews. You had no problems when you saw the gameplay trailers. You had no problem when you saw the direct feed gameplay. You had no problem when you saw the deep dives. You had no problem when you bought the damn game and played it. But as soon as Digital Fraudry puts that video out, now all hell breaks loose.
You know what the funniest thing?
It's so annoying. Like we got to do this cycle every single game.
You know what that happened to so hardcore, and I thought it was hilarious, and like people are just that kind of like, it was Returnal. You know Returnal, the game on PS5.
Yeah, the Returnal on PS5. Yeah,
PS5 Returnal. People were playing it. It's fine. It looks good. It's not like the best looking game, but it looks good. Everything's fine. And then all of a sudden, Digital Foundry comes out and says, oh, well, it's reconstructed. You know, it's like 1080p. Oh my gosh, it's blurry. Oh, it doesn't look good. Oh! Nobody said that before. Nobody said the game was blurry. Nobody said the game looked bad. Nobody said anything. There was other issues with the game, but nobody said that. All of a sudden, I hear it's blurry. It looks bad. There's a problem. I'm like, oh, shut the hell up. And this was before the PC version. This was just the PS5. And I'm like, these people. I mean, where did these people come from? Digital Foundry says one thing. Oh, that guy. See all this complaint. Nobody said the game looks blurry or bad beforehand.
Oh, it's so annoying, and this has been going on for a couple of years, and I'm like, I'm not the only one that's noticing this.
Yeah.
I cannot be the only one that noticed that these people watch these games all the way from preview to release, play the game, nobody has an issue. But soon as Digital Foundry makes a video, it's like Armageddon. It's like, what is going on? Like, obviously, y'all didn't have a problem before the tech analysis they put out. So why do you have a problem now?
Oh,
it doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense.
So here's a better one. Shout out to Massive Rican with the $10. Says, preach, brother, preach. Thank you for the $10. But then Justin has a good comment here. Shout out to Massive Rican. Thank you for the big 10, brother. Also Smacks Unlimited. Thank you for the follow. Justin with the 3 says, same with the FF16 demo. Yo, Bear, let me tell you about this FF16 demo. You know the popular degenerate streamer Osmongold or whatever his name is. You heard about him?
Yeah.
The dude.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
The Roach Room guy or whatever his name is.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm familiar with the dude. He finally cleaned up his room.
Yeah, he finally cleaned his room. Congrats to him. But this was before he cleaned his room. So I don't know if the dust was making his frame rate or resolution or something like that not perform properly on his PS5 when he was playing Final Fantasy 16. But essentially, Tears of the Kingdom got brought up because there was a lot of comparisons beforehand. Oh, this is way better. This is way more. He was basically calling it, this is way better. It blows away Tears of the Kingdom. This is what he was saying about Final Fantasy 16. It blows it away. It's technologically superior. It's cutting edge. It's all of this. He was just saying all this stuff, right? He was saying all that. Digital Foundry drops the video. It's 720p. This man never said a peep about cutting edge ever since that moment. Never said a peep about the graphics, about cutting edge. He was sitting here saying it was cutting edge. It was this. It's graphically superior. Bro, it's in lower resolution than Tears of the Kingdom. And all of a sudden, he never mentioned it again. It never got brought up again. I heard other people do it too. Shout out to my man. You know Marlon Gaming Nation, right? Marlon.
Oh yeah, oh my God, Marlon. Oh my Lord. Marlon did that a couple of times.
He had no problem. With these. He said, "Oh my God, this is next gen." He had a whole disaster stream when Digital Foundry did Final Fantasy Resolution. He's like, "This is unacceptable. I can't believe this." And I'm like, "Bro, you were playing it and you didn't notice it was just fine. What's the
This is why I say.
Oh man, it was great. This
is why I say this is the most fraudulent era of gaming I've ever witnessed. Like it's that whole sequence of events that we repeatedly go through is probably the most annoying thing I cannot stand. The biggest one that was the biggest culprit. I know it happened with Astral Chain because people were playing Astral Chain and then Digital Foundry did their analysis and all of a sudden Astral Chain is unresponsive and it's clunky. It's like, get the hell out of here, bro. I honestly didn't even know it was 30 frames per second until Digital Foundry said something. But it's like Starfield. That was the pinnacle of it. People was talking about Starfield left and right. Yeah. And as soon as they found out Starfield was 30 frames per second, everything just changed. And I was like, bruh, y'all didn't even know until they told you.
Well, it was looking like a 30. It was looking kind of crusty at times, though. Like, it was like the frame.
I was like...
And the previews. But shout outs to Marlon. Shout outs to all, like, the streamers that we're talking about. Like, I don't have anything against them. I like Marlon. Me and him are actually cool. I watch his streams all the time. So just keep that in mind.
I love Marlon. Marlon, my dude.
Nobody's hating on Marlon or Osmond Roach guy or Osmond Gold or whatever he does. I think he's, like I said, he's cleaning up things. So I got to give him props. Shout outs to him cleaning up the room and all that. But, like, yeah, man. Like, it's just funny how that works out. Like, Final Fantasy 16 team was the worst because literally everyone was talking about how great it looks, like I said, cutting edge and all this. And the funniest thing is I don't ever notice these. Like, I'm not big on that, but I noticed it. Like I have a big 4K OLED TV, and I noticed that once you go into a battle, things kind of soften up a bit, right? But it's no big deal. It's smooth. It's still, it was fun to play. I said, I made a good video, but I didn't even mention it. I didn't even mention that. I'm like, listen, I'm not Digital Foundry. I don't care. It's like, whatever, And then I swear, man, I'm like, I wonder if Digital Foundry is going to say something because I could notice it on my 4K OLED TV. Like I could notice like the little bit of a, like a trend. Cause like the game has like battle, like it's like arenas almost, right? It's almost like once you go into a battle, you're kind of like locked in there. So it does change the profile, like so it can run smoother compared to like when you're out in like the open world or whatever, and you're just like traversing. So there are some things that they're doing to manipulate it to help it run better, for on the PS5. And
that's fine. That's what a developer's supposed to do. They're supposed to be able to have the game run to the point you don't notice anything. It's nothing interfering with your experience playing the game. That's the way it's supposed to be. I just hate this era of let's play these games and let's put this counter on it, and if it dips for a millisecond, it's unplayable. It's like, what in the hell? Like, what is this? This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It's like, this is not unplayable. Yeah. Like me and OJ have been gaming for a long time. We know what unplayable feels and look like. You ever play Bayonetta on PS3? That's unplayable. And you literally start chugging and stopping, chugging and stopping, chugging and stopping. That's what unplayable is. Just because something drops for 2 frames for a half a millisecond, that's not unplayable. This is ridiculous.
Bayonetta on PS3 was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
It was horrific, and I played on PS3.
Yeah,
guess what? I still finished the game because I liked Bayonetta that much. But I don't understand where this notion of unplayable became, and we watch a counter, and the counter dips 5 frames for 2 seconds, and it goes back up. And it's smooth for 5 minutes, and it dips for 2 seconds. 10 minutes later, and goes back up. It's unplayable.
The counter watching.
What the fuck is that? What is that?
I get it. I get it for like obviously their analysis, so they can say, "Hey, frame and pacing and all that type of stuff." But I just think it's a horrible way to go about like playing. Like your first thing to do is to sit there and rush to see if it's this. Like for the rush to hook up something and try to see, try to wait, not frame rate, like to try to sit there and like sit there and wait for it and like, oh no, it's like every time it hitches, like you're all of a sudden you go, like it's just, I don't know, man. Like I don't know if I can do all that. That just seems like it's too much. But I get it. Like I like Digital Foundry. I don't hate them. Like I get what they're doing, and what they're doing. I think it's good work. Like I think it's good work. I think it's needed. You want to make sure stuff runs good. You want to give people the right information. That you don't have to judge it. Like you don't have to use them as like the be all end all. They're not. But like the whole like sometimes like when I watch, it's like like every single look, like oh man, it's so this and that. It's like, but then when you play it, it's fine. It's not really anything, like it's not a big deal. But
it's shout out to you, OJ. But no, Digital Foundry is the worst thing that ever happened to gaming.
It's not their fault.
It is their fault. They perpetuate this bullshit. It's their fault.
Gamers do.
It's absolutely their fault.
It's gamers. It's gamers are the ones that are acting all crazy. They don't act crazy.
No. You gotta understand. Digital Foundry combined with the asinine mindset of PC gamers, they created this whole thing. So it's like it's ridiculous. It's just go back and think about all the games we played back in the GameCube era. In PS2 and the OG Xbox, and it's like, just imagine if we was doing those things then that we're doing now with Digital Foundry.
But whose fault is it that people flip out? Digital Foundry, when they do the reviews, they don't flip out. They're professional about it.
How are they professional when they're creating the fire? This is why I don't like them.
The fire's legal. The fire is legal.
He said the fire is legal. I don't give a damn if it's legal. It's legal. I have free speech, but if I come and curse you out and call you everything under the sun, it's legal, but that don't mean it's right.
People are already trying to pull this nonsense with graphics and such with only 14.
I don't like Digital Foundry.
Okay, that's
I don't.
Too long for this.
I don't because they do nothing for gaming. They just cause chaos.
What if a game is so poor? Shout outs, thank you, Party Man Kart, for the 5, and I'll read your comment. I know we were talking over. I'll read your comment. Thank you for the big $5, Party Man. But like, for example, what if a game truly has massive issues and the developer doesn't want? They've been hiding the footage, right? A lot of developers, not a lot, but some developers be hiding the footage, don't want to show. And Digital Foundry comes in and says, "Yo, this game has serious issues."
That's fine, do that, but that's not what they do. Because you know why they don't do that? Because it's not a lot of games that happen with. That's not a common occurrence.
Okay.
We know that's not a common occurrence. It happens every once in a blue moon. You know what I mean? Like, what was the name of that PC game that they catfish people out of? That it was nothing like it was supposed to be when it released, and then they apologize and refund everybody money. What was that PC game?
Days or no?
I forgot the name of that damn game. It was just recently too.
Yeah, no, I know. Days Behind or Left Behind.
Day Ahead or something like that. Now, yeah, Digital Foundry should report on stuff like that. But putting this damn frame rate counter on every single damn game, it has done nothing but ruin gamers' brains. That's all it has done. And it just keeps getting worse. It's like, it's to say you will not play Breath of the Wild because it's 30 frames per second and has dips here and there. To say you wouldn't play Tears of the Kingdom because it has 30 frames per second and hits dips here and there. That's just insane to me.
Well, some people like to have that frame rate, man. It is what it is.
That's just insane. That's not. That's why I say I can't call these dudes gamers anymore. Like, it's like that's not something in the mind of a gamer. You know what I mean? That's not something in the mind of a gamer. We don't rush to digital. If I'm a gamer, I don't rush to Digital Foundry to try to validate my purchase while watching a frame rate counter.
Oh hell no! I didn't care. I didn't watch anything. Like when Tears of the Kingdom or whatever came out, I didn't watch the. I mean, like I saw like the cliff notes on like Nintendo everything, but I'm not like, oh my god, I was playing the game. Real quick, Party Man though, thank you for the 5. He says, if these bums try to do this nonsense with Mario Kart 9, they will know my wrath. LOL. People are already trying to pull the nonsense with graphics and such with only 14 seconds of footage. LOL. Been waiting too long for this nonsense. You know what the funny thing is, Baron? Did you get a chance to check out that video that developer did on Mario Kart 9?
Oh yeah, I definitely watched it. I was going to stream. I actually was going to stream tonight, but I saw you were streaming, so I was like, let me just go over here and talk to this guy because I was actually going to stream. But okay. Yeah, I watched that video and I liked the way he broke it all down about the biometric lighting. Is that what he said? Something like
volumetric.
Yeah, volumetric lighting. There we go. The volumetric lighting, the bump mapping, the textures, and all that. That stuff I noticed when I first saw the trailer. And I was like, and then now you're finna get me on another rant. And that's why I was kind of confused on some of the people that were saying it looked like Mario Kart 8. I'm like, and it was mostly PC guys that was doing that, and the Sony peasants. And I'm like, have you played Mario Kart 8? Like, what are you talking about?
I can see because that
does not look like Mario Kart 8 at all.
The art style is similar to Mario Kart 8. Like the art style, obviously it's cartoony, it's whatever. But like I said, you have to like the footage. If you're watching on a cell phone, or if you're watching on a small monitor, or if you're watching, and Nintendo didn't give high quality footage. So the reason why people think that is because of that. That's the reason why, you know.
Well, I mean, even at first glance, you knew that was not Mario Kart 8. If you play Mario Kart 8, you knew that track was not in Mario Kart 8.
Well, no. They're saying that graphically, not that it's the same. Not that it is Mario Kart 8. That graphically, it's similar to Mario. Like,
it wasn't even close, OJ. It wasn't even close.
Well, I mean, like I said, from.
Bro, as much as you play Mario Kart 8, as much as I play Mario Kart 8, we knew when we saw that's not Mario Kart 8.
Absolutely. If you are a Mario Kart veteran, you can tell right away that the models are more complex. They squish, and like that's stuff that they animate better. You can tell that the lighting was better. You can tell that the textures are better. You can tell that everything was better. You can tell, but it's hard to tell. Like I said, if you're watching on a mobile phone, if you haven't played Mario Kart 8, like some people maybe expecting it to look like, I don't know, like Disney's Speedstorm on PS5 or something like that. I don't know what some people were expecting.
I guess they're trying to make it look like Forza Motorsport or something. I don't know what they expect out of it. It's like, first of all, you saw footage on a 3D render. You didn't really see direct feed gameplay, and it was 10 seconds. Like, it's come on, like what are we talking about here?
I get it from the first glance. Although once again, like you can see if you just do a little bit, you got to look at it a little bit more, right? You got to look at it a little bit more, and then you see like the 24. Obviously, there's a player bump. So anytime that you add a player, that already adds strain, right? That adds strain to the graphics, whatever you can do, because you have to add models, you have to add whatever, shadow, lighting, blah, 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 all that. But the fact that they added so many more players, that right there tells you, everything that you need to know about what the system is going to be able to do, because they're still running it at 60 frames. So I knew that before I even watched the video. I knew that, but I saw little things like with the models, I saw little things like with the, with the characters, with how like they animated and all that. It was very much like, like Mario Wonder, how Mario Wonder graphically is so much better. Like it at first glance, maybe you might think that it looks like New Super Mario Bros. Some people even said that. I know, sounds crazy, but at first glance, but then once we actually get the real footage, okay, like once we actually get direct footage of it and like the trailers and all that, and like we get hands-on and direct feed gameplay of it, people are gonna be like, oh wow, yeah, that is definitely better. Like, and once that guy broke it down, you could see what he did, man. He broke it down so well,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't need that breakdown, but obviously a lot of people did need it because that video has a lot of views now. But
yeah, it's got over 100K. It was a good breakdown. I mean,
it was good. I'm glad he said what he said, because I think we can. I don't even want to say this because I don't want to go on another rant.
Let me say this real quick. You can go on the rant. I don't care. You can go on the rant. Let me say this first though. The 7 takeaways that I got, right? So this is just super simple layman's terms, guys. So you don't have to watch watch the video, but just so we can kind of wrap it up. Or not wrap it up, but we can kind of condense it so we don't have to spend 20 minutes explaining everything. So these are the 7 things that he pointed out. Some of them are more bigger than others. Physical based shaders, so how the lighting looks, the shadows, how they interact with each other, high resolution ground textures, and a lot of different textures. He basically said this is pretty important because Mario Kart 8 has a lot of very flat looking and non-unique textures, and he says that you need a lot of RAM. This consumes a lot of RAM to do this, so he said at least you need 12 gigabytes from what he's seeing because of the textures. And then he also used Mario Kart 8 footage to compare that. He said this is probably the biggest thing upcoming here. This is the third thing, true volumetric lighting, not fake volumetric lighting, but true volumetric lighting, which creates that I would say sense of density within the environment, advanced lighting, clouds, dust, fog, stuff like that. This can really just hit your performance on Switch 1. Switch 2 handles it perfectly, obviously at 60 frames. Shadow calculation and drawing, the distance, like the resolutions in like the background, like whenever like the camera pulls out and all that, unique density of the textures, cloth simulation, cloth being able to like wave like the flags and all that, and high poly counts on the models. Those were the 7 things that he pointed out that I took my notes on, that he pointed out that makes it, show that the Switch is definitely considerably stronger than the Switch. The Switch 2 is considerably stronger than Switch 1. Not saying that it's way stronger, PS5 Pro, just that it's obviously a considerable jump up above Switch 1. When people, so that's it. Baron, go ahead now that people got that information.
Yeah, but you had a super chat you had to say or something?
I did not see a super chat. I saw Party Man did a $5, so I appreciate that, Party Man, but I did not see any super chat.
Oh, I thought you said something about that like 10 minutes ago, so that's why.
No, go ahead.
All right, but yeah, like I was saying, man. Look, man. That video breakdown was great. It really wasn't needed, but it was great. It's I just can't wait for April. I don't know. And I think OJ probably noticed this too. I don't know what this thing is about PC guys, Sony guys. I can't even say Xbox guys now because they just really don't care anymore. I don't know what it is about these PC guys and these Sony guys that make them so afraid of a powerful Nintendo console. Like, it's like, it keeps them up at night. It's like it's something in their nightmares that they never want to come true. I have never seen so many bend over backwards to try to deem this thing as a weak console. Like this I haven't even seen it to this level since the Wii, like the original Wii. Like, these dudes are literally afraid of this console being powerful. and I'm trying to figure. I want to know the answer is why. Like we already have all, regardless of what OJ was telling y'all, we have all the evidence we need to know where this thing is going to lie. We have all the evidence already. Like the dude broke it down in Mario Kart, the Mario Kart 8 footage. We know Switch is using micro SD express cards. We had multiple leakers come out and tell you the games that are coming out, and they're all current gen games. You know, stuff like Metal Gear Solid Delta and Flight Simulator, Doom Dark Ages. What was the other things that leaked? What were the other games?
Halo,
I can't think of them right
now.
Halo, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth,
Tekken 8.
It's like Tekken 8. All these games that are leaking, there are current generation games that are on Xbox Series and PS5 consoles. We have it. We already have confirmation of what this system is going to be able to do. Why are we still in denial? This is what I don't understand. Why are we still in denial at this point? The man in the video said, what, OJ? This system has at least 12 to 16 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
It's, at this point, like, why are we still fighting it? Like, why are y'all so afraid of a powerful Nintendo console? It's like Satan coming back through the bottom of the earth or something for y'all. It's like, oh God, it can't be this. It has to be a PS4. Like, brother, we're past that already.
I think
we're past that already. Like we're done. We're done with that. Like we have enough evidence. Go ahead. What did you gonna say?
It depends on what what circles. I think most people, right? Most people are like you're a victim of who you're around. And you're going to see a lot of weird people. Like in our circle, there's a lot of weird people. I can tell you the outside thought from what I've seen, just from the people, that aren't coming on Twitter, that aren't commenting all day. Like they're excited. They're looking forward to the system. And I think that's where the Switch audience lies. There's a lot of people that just don't care about all that other stuff. They play mobile games, they play whatever, and then they play some Nintendo stuff, or maybe they play, Call of Duty or whatever, or Madden or NBA or FC. And that's that, and I think the Switch 2, that type of big, like you said, like we talked about it, the 18 million people, 18 million plus, it already has more views than the Xbox trailer.
This is a fraudulent gaming generation. I didn't count frames on my Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. GameCube.
It is crazy, but I know you have some fanboys that watch your stream sometimes, so I just have that question for y'all. Like,
people that tell me I'm a fanboy.
Why are you so afraid of a powerful Nintendo console? What are y'all scared of?
I have people tell me, "Oh, you're just a fanboy, this and that," and I say, "Yo, man, let me know. We can discuss, we can debate fanboy what it is." Let me know, and they'll say, "Well, you do this," and I'm like, "Okay, well, I have all the systems. I don't care." "Oh, well, you get paid by Nintendo to do this." I'm like, "No, they don't. If they pay me for anything, I disclose it, and lots of people get paid. All your favorite content creators get paid in some way or another, whether it's through users or it's through the people doing sponsorships. Everybody does. Like, so that doesn't make anybody this or that, or whatever the case is. So it's always funny when people, just use that card on me, because it's so funny, because you can do it online. Online, it's easy, but in like talking, you can't prove anything. It's easy to disprove. I got everything. Like, I got everything. I don't want to see any company fail. Like, I know you want to see companies fail, Bear. I don't want to see no company fail.
Well, I don't see no company fail. I just want people to be put back in their place.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say right now, I think a big three is needed. I don't think we need to go back to less than the big three. We already seen how that was when Sega left, so I don't think I'm plot Microsoft jumping in when Sega left. So it's like, well, actually they jumped in before Sega left, but you get what I'm saying. So it's like
right at the same, like Sega was Sega was starting to crumble, but Microsoft didn't know exactly if they were gonna fall, because they had to plan the system beforehand. Big love to Creosin Bomb though. Thank you for the 10. I'm gonna read off this comment real quick. Big love to Creosin. Thank you so much, man. He says, "Dude is right. This is a fraudulent gaming generation, Baron. I didn't count frames on my Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube. I mean, if you're counting on the N64, it wouldn't take that long. It wouldn't take that long. You'd be done. You'd be 1, 2 done." You count counting frames on N64, you'd be done real quick. He said he didn't count on the GameCube, the Wii, Wii U, or Switch. I just played for fun. I didn't like it because it wasn't good, not because it was 30 frames. So yeah, he's agreeing with you, Baron.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to disagree with that. We were not doing that, and it just blows my mind that that's what we resort to. But yeah, back on the Switch power situation. Homeboy came out and made another comment. This is like the 5th comment somebody has made, an insider or a third-party developer that has made a comment about Switch 2's power. You know the guy, what's his name? I just saw it because I read it before I got on here. The PH Brazil guy.
Oh, wait, hold up. Did you see what It's Your Boy said? He said that, bruh, Joe Budden pod said he's getting Switch 2 day one. Joe Budden? See that?
Joe Budden said that?
Yeah, It's Your Boy. Rocky just said that Joe Budden just said that he's getting it day one. Okay, that's how you know it's going to be mainstream.
Oh, it's over.
They never talk about video games. I mean, I listen to it I just hear the clips, but they don't talk about video games, do they? Are you serious?
No. Every once in a while they talk about it because they got that guy on there that be, what's his name? Is it Flip? What's his name? I don't watch it. The fat dude that be screaming and he be beating up his kids and stuff in videos.
That's not good.
No, it's not for real, but he does like pranks and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
I forgot that dude.
Cool.
Yeah, Queen's Flip. That's his name. Yeah, Queen's Flip. My bad. Yeah, because he games a little bit, so they talk about it every once in a while.
That tells you everything that you need to know right there. The fact that Joe Budden says I'm getting it, it's reached the mainstream. It's reached the casual audience. That's crazy.
People gotta understand. Switch sold 150 million. Who do you think they sold it to?
Exactly. Joe Budden probably got a couple of them. He probably got a couple Switches.
Yeah, I mean, Switch is like, it's kind of like a normal thing. I don't want to really compare it to like cell phone technology because everybody needs a cell phone. It's a necessity today. Yeah. But everybody I encounter that plays games, Switches that I talk to, Switch is always in the equation. It ain't like, oh, I only got a PS5. It's like, oh, I got the Switch and I got the PS5, or I got the Switch and I got the Xbox. Like Switch was that shit. Like I didn't was that shit. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. I did not see that. That is a very good sign that they're getting, because like his pod, he has like one of the, isn't like one of, it was like a top 5 rap.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest hip hop podcasts for the culture.
It's like one of the if not the biggest hip hop podcast out there. So for him saying, "Oh, I'm getting Switch 2," that marketing, that's all you. And that's the thing that people don't realize, bro. They don't realize that people say, "Oh, they didn't show this." It's like, bro, they don't even need to. Like they didn't even need to. Just confirm it's like Joe Budden ain't keeping up on PH Brazil or Nate the Hate. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, shout outs to PH Brazil and Nate the Hate. But Joe Budden ain't like, oh, I'm going to tune into the Nate the Hate podcast to see the official, like, to know when the announcement. Like, they're not looking at freaking Chinese leaker, okay? They're not looking at Chinese leakers and Nate the Hate. The casual audience, they do not care. They don't know who these people are. They don't know any of us. They don't know any of these people, okay? And so they know Nintendo. They know the official announcement. Like if they're probably subscribed to Nintendo, or they see Nintendo's channels. They're like, oh, okay. Yeah. So when Nintendo says something, they know it's real and it's true.
Mm-hmm. I guarantee you one thing: Joe Budden gonna say, "Damn, can't wait to get that Steam Deck. Man, I can't wait to get that ROG Ally." You ain't gonna never hear him say that.
Those guys would be caught dead with the ROG Ally.
You ain't gonna hear that. Hell of a damn sure.
They wouldn't be caught dead.
You ain't gonna hear Joe Budden. You gonna hear Joe Budden, Cameron, Mace, or Shannon Sharp say, "Damn, I can't wait to get that 5090." You ain't gonna hear him say that shit. It ain't gonna happen.
That's true. It probably ain't gonna happen though.
That ain't gonna happen. But yeah, your boy PH Brazil came up with some more hot news. Okay. And he said Switch 2 is powerful enough that every third party is considering supporting it with their most ambitious AAA titles. This is the 5th statement somebody has made positively about Switch 2's power. So it makes me wonder where this PS4 thing even originated from.
I can tell you where the PS4 thing originated from. There's two sources that you can tie it back to when we first heard about the T239 and just people just estimating that based off of what the T239 processor, and then you can also tie it back to Bobby Kotick and him saying like in an email or whatever, oh, it's like a PS4. It's it's kind of like if it's like PS4 power. He didn't know exactly what it was. It was a guesstimating in terms of it. He's like, oh yeah, maybe we can do something with it. If it's like around that. Those are the Bobby Kotick statement. That is like the bigger, okay, it ties back that because he said it, in a leaked email. But he's also a psycho, and and I could say more things that he is, but there's also that. But it's not to do with what he said with the email. So that's where it comes. That's the original. It's like a it's like a PS4.
Yeah. So yeah, it's anyway. That's PH Brazil's second statement on Switch 2's power. I think Nate said something vaguely, but what's that other dude? Man, he has a weird name. Is it Moore's Law? What's his name?
Yeah, there's a guy named Moore's Law on YouTube.
Yeah, he even made a comment recently about Switch 2 powers, making positive comments about it. So I just don't understand what more evidence do y'all people need?
Well, I think it's gonna be good. I don't want to overhype it though. Like I don't want to overhype it and say like it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, like because like some people like to think in like absolutes. It's this, it's this, it's this. But like even with the Switch isn't, obviously it's not a 360 PS3, but it's not quite up to PS4, Xbox One. It's just kind of somewhere. And because of more modern, or because of the architecture that it has, it can do some things and some calculations that you would not expect it to do. It can punch above its weight. There's some things that it can do, but trying to compare it to this or this or this, like you can't put Switch in any type of, oh, it's this. It's just not. It's just not. Same thing, I think when Switch 2 comes out, there's not going to be anything you can just directly say, oh, it's this. And I think that's where, some people, they don't, like, I get that. That's not fun to do. You want to put it around something, So I think there's also that, too. Because people, obviously it's not going to be a PS5 or Xbox Series, so it's going to be like a PS4, right? Like, so I think that's where some people are coming from, too.
Yeah, but people don't understand. People just don't understand it. It's like, if you... the PS4 thing just bugs me because we know how old the PS4 is. And we know how new DLSS technology is. And if you just think common sense wise on those two facts, then it can't be a PS4. Like, the GPU tech required for DLSS is far superior than whatever any PS4 got. So it's like, come on, people. It's like, I don't get it. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. It's like, I think the most asinine statement is that it's a PS4 with DLSS. No, that is dumb. One technology came out in 2020, the other one came out in 2013. Like, what are we saying? Like, what are we saying here? Like, it's this. I just think. I think they're just afraid of a Nintendo console being powerful again. I think that's what it is.
There are some gamers like that psycho guy that tried to quote Maximillion.
Yeah, that tripster guy on Twitter. That dude is insane.
And here's the thing, though. Like, yes, he is absolutely, like, there's something mentally wrong. Like, I am actually, I want to say I'm worried for him because I'm not. But if I was close to him, like a friend or a family, like, I'd be worried about this guy because he doesn't make any money doing all this. Like, there's no money involved, and not that everything's about money, but like, this is all for his ego. This is all about like crazy.
Well, isn't he verified on X?
He is verified on X, but you don't make any. He doesn't make. He ain't making no money.
I don't watch all his posts,
with
so
this crappy
I know.
Impression, he's not making any money on. Trust me. and it's sure as hell not enough to do what he's doing. Like, that is a mental disease type of thing, and he's been doing it even before he was making. Like, even before that, he's been doing it for a long time.
Bro, that's the typical Sony peasant. But like, that's the typical Sony peasant. That's how they act.
But some of these guys, and it's a very small amount compared to the overall gaming. But some of these guys, remember what happened before the Switch launched? And how people were saying that it was going to flop and fail. It's going to be like the Wii U all over again.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 right? They were so shot on that. But then you remember what happened? Within how many years did the Switch beat out the PlayStation 4? The PS4 was it's the be-all, end-all, it's the best-selling system since the PlayStation 2. No system is sold as good as the selling as good as the PS4 since the PlayStation 2. It's the best, it's this and that. I mean, discounting the Nintendo DS, whatever, you know. Although, yeah, you know, discounting Nintendo DS, no other system, and then Switch comes out and literally laps the PS4. It lapses,
yeah.
you know, because it came out years late. It came out 2017 compared to 2013, so it came out almost 4 years after, 3 years and some odd change, whatever, and it just laps it, and that tripped them up because all they did was talk smack about Nintendo and how it's gonna flop, it's gonna be this and it's gonna be that, and it came out and blew it to smithereens. It came out and blew it up like Acme Acres, bro. Like the old Elmer Fudd, like rabbit season, duck season, like boom, just blew it to smithereens, and that pissed them off. That these crazy psycho small part of these people. So it's the preemptive damage controller, the preemptive, oh, it sucks. Oh, Switch 2, look at Max. They're trying to use people. He was even scrolling through the video. He wasn't even playing the whole thing that Max had. They're trying to use these guys to further their nonsense. It's to the point where Max had to quote tweet him, and say
I saw
a psycho, call him a psycho essentially, and then make a video calling out his own hypocrisy on Switch 2. Calling out that. Like, that's how nuts it's been, man. Like, they're already trying, but I don't think it's gonna work. It ain't working this time, you know.
I mean, it didn't work last time.
That's not working. But people thought it might work last time. You see all the articles, the videos, the articles. People were thinking it was gonna work.
Bruh, it's 10 times worse now. I think there's been multiple articles since the Switch 2 reveal trailer about how it's just a bigger Switch. It's not innovative. I'm like, what? Like, what? They didn't show you anything yet. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you literally saw the console, right? And you can literally see the console has new pieces of hardware in it that wasn't in the original Switch. And then you're going to say, well, it's just a bigger Switch. It's nothing new. Bitch, we've been talking about this C button for the last 2 months. Like, what? We still ain't figured out what it was. Like, what are y'all talking about? It's like I don't get it. Every time this comes around, every time we get to a new Nintendo console, it's so much effort in trying to find something negative to talk about than there is spreading some positivity and optimism about the console. Like, only Nintendo consoles go through this. We didn't see none of this shit when PS5 got revealed. We saw none of this when Xbox Series was revealed. But as soon as Nintendo reveals something, it's more about negative press than anything. It's like, why?
Because they're vocal. Because it's vocal. If you want to talk about like that, if everybody who actually thought it was dope said something, dude, it would dwarf the amount. Like I said, 1 million likes on YouTube. Give me 1 second. Hold up. Excuse me. Sorry. 1 million likes on YouTube. You know how hard it is to get 1 million likes on anything? People be hating everything these days. Like 1 million likes on YouTube for that reveal trailer. Like it's
very difficult. Yeah. It's very difficult to get 1 million likes.
It's even if you have a super high, viewed video, most people are just gonna be like, nah, I'm good. Even if you get millions of views, sometimes you don't get a million. Even like Mr. Beast sometimes might not get 1 million views, or sorry, 1 million likes. Like, so the fact that it got 1 million likes, that shows that people are excited. That's what we wanted. Give me the pinnacle, the apex predator of Nintendo designs is the Switch. The concept, not the Switch 1 itself. And I think that they can still refine it and make it better. I think they'll find ways to make it better even after Switch 2 comes out. But it's the apex of everything. If people didn't watch or didn't remember that Switch presentation trailer where Shinya Takahashi went over every single system that they've ever made, every single main system that they've ever made, and said, hey, look, we took DNA from everything. I think people just think that they take that stuff for granted, or they don't remember. But they literally took everything, So there's no reason to change that or to make that crazy or to do something nuts or anything drastic. Just like there was no need to do anything drastic with the DS to the 3DS. There was no need to do anything drastic from the NES to the Super NES. There was no need to do anything drastic from the N64 to the GameCube. There was no need to do anything drastic from the Game Boy Color to the Game Boy Advance. There was no need. Like, sometimes you got a good design, You got a good what you're doing for the technology, and all you got to do is add to it, then add some extra little spice and flair and some cool little things that we'll know about later. Like,
yeah, but everything you talked about, there was some innovation that went along with the next one anyway.
Well, graphical.
So it's like it doesn't matter if the console itself doesn't have this, transformer-like transformation. There still was some innovative stuff that went on with the next successor.
Absolutely. They all, but the thing that people are saying, some people are saying, is that Nintendo never always does something completely different and gimmicky, and that you can immediately tell it needs to be like, oh, I went from a Wii remotes to a Wii U gamepad, or oh, I did something, I went from the Super NES to the N64. Once again, that that's a product that's time now getting 3D, but or like the controller or whatever, right? But the thing about it is that once again, if you have something that is good, take it, make it more powerful, and then add some other things, right? Add some other gimmicks to it to see how it goes from there. The Nintendo 3DS did that. Obviously, like I said, the Super Nintendo or the NES to the Super Nintendo, they added like, oh, there's an FX chip, right? Oh, now we have shoulder buttons. Now we have 4 face buttons. Now we have, whatever, right? Like we'll do that. GameCube was just basically a N64, but better. It's a better N64, And what were the gimmicks?
I'm not even gonna go there with you.
As a system, it's a better N64. You know that.
I'm not gonna go there with you. Go ahead, man.
Is it not better? Is it not stronger? Are the graphics not better?
Yes, it's a stronger thing. Okay. They also had that linkage that had that linkage to the Game Boy Advance too.
And they have the linkage to the Game Boy Advance, and they also had a broadband adapter that was seldom used at all, but you could still play online. And what was the main focus of the GameCube, Baron? I just want to ask you that. What was the main focus of the GameCube?
For me, the main focus of the GameCube to me.
Not for you, the system, what Nintendo said.
It's
local play, multiplayer, link, 4-player local multiplayer, people playing with your friends, and also having great single-player experiences. That was the same as the N64. Local multiplayer and great single-player experiences. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was, so and they tried to innovate.
They refined the same concept. There was nothing that was like, oh my gosh, this is so much different than the N64 with the GameCube. There was nothing outside of, like I said, some attachments. The Game Boy Advance player, okay, it's a separate thing though. The broadband adapter, okay. The N64 could do online too. Like there was a thing for online as well. The 64 DD, So it's the same concept, just better graphically. Tech-wise, tech-wise, because here comes Baron with
I don't want to get into that rant with you right now.
I mean, you're not right, but I mean, it's fine.
I am right. But anyway, back to the Switch thing, because he's going to perpetuate that argument. I'm not going to let him do it.
I tried to bait you.
You tried to bait him right into it. I'm not going to do it. Listen. I want to get this Switch 2 point first before they get into that.
Okay.
But yeah, there were so many obvious things, obviously with the mouse functionality that was just, they blatantly gave that away to you without even telling you what it was with the mouse functionality in the Joy-Cons. We have 2 USB ports, USB-C ports. Obviously, they're going to be meant for something. People think it's just going to be for charging. We're talking about Nintendo here. That they're not just made for charging. they showed, and they made a close up. They took the camera and got close up on those things, and they did it on purpose. Nintendo don't show you nothing by mistake, so they did it on purpose. The fact that they blurred out the C button should get you excited, because that kind of really tells me that there's more going on with that C button than what leaks and rumors are telling us. Because they made sure they didn't even show you that. So I'm ready to see that. You know what I mean? I'm ready to see what that's about. And we're finally going to know what the actual main feature of this console is going to be. So I'm excited to see that. So just to say, all these articles I'm seeing, it's not fanboys. It's like the journalists are doing it too. Mm-hmm. They don't want to write these articles. Like, what's that shit IGN wrote the other day? I forgot what they wrote. Like, they wrote something insane. It was dumb. It was like somebody wrote something about they're going to skip the Switch 2 and wait for the Switch 3. I'm like, what the hell?
Skip.
I'm like, bruh. Like, what are we doing?
Skip the Switch 2 and go to Switch 3?
yeah, I'm gonna wait for Switch 3 because this ain't the same Nintendo. And it's like, what? It's like, bro, we got to do this every time. Every time they show us something, we got to do this. It's like, I honestly, I don't want to say what I think it is. Nah, fuck it, I'm gonna say it. So, what I truly believe what it is that we have really entered the outworld of fanboyism. And I say that because, once you get an outworld in Mortal Kombat, it's hard to get out. We entered the outworld of fanboyism, and people are really afraid that a powerful Nintendo console would pretty much theoretically make the other consoles obsolete. Because at that point, a Nintendo console will have everything. There'll be no reason for third parties not to put their games on it. So it'll have all the third-party games, and it's the only console with actually true exclusives now. So it's like, it'll make the other consoles obsolete. And I think that really scares fanboys more than anything.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's what it is, because I don't understand why we jump to so much negativity off a 2-minute console reveal trailer. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you go so hard trying to prove that this system is weak as a PS4 when you don't have any evidence to back that up? Especially we got evidence that says the contrary. I don't understand why the discourse around Switch 2 right now is what it is. And it's the only way I could come up with it. That has to be the reason. And I know it bothers the PC nerdsels because, damn, if DLSS works the way it's supposed to work, and then you get the magical, mythical, greatest developers on the planet that are under Nintendo umbrella, and these games are running at 1080p 60 in handheld, 4K 60 in dock mode, there ain't nothing your asses can say anymore.
Yeah, I don't know about 4K.
Y'all have no argument points no more.
4K 60 dock, that's going to be tough for third party. Like a lot of I don't know about that.
I can see Nintendo doing that. If DLSS works the way it's supposed to work, you probably see it more often than not.
I don't know.
So it's like
that's gonna be because that's really taxing. I mean, obviously, yeah, DLSS. If you're talking about like making it look like as clean as a 4K image or close to it, actually having it like
I'm not gonna split. I ain't gonna split hairs with, like these PC guys. I don't give a damn how you get there. I don't give a damn if it's native. I don't give a damn if you use checkerboard, upscale. I don't care. As long as when I turn on TV and say 4K, that's all that matters. That's my output is. I'm not going to split hairs with all the tech guys over there. Like, it's upscale. We did it. Bump all that bullshit. All that shit don't even matter in the end of the day.
I don't think I've laughed as much as this.
So it's like, what's the dude name that made the PS5? What's that architect name? What's his name?
Mark Cerny.
Mark Cerny even said it himself. He said the teraflops are over with. They don't mean anything.
Yeah, flop.
He said the teraflops are over it. That don't mean anything anymore.
Yeah, that must have been funny. Like those guys were you had some tweeters deletus from some of these guys.
Of course you had tweeters deletus, Mr. 33 teraflops. Yeah, you ever believe that bullshit? That was the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. You really thought the PS5 Pro was 33 like, let's be for real. Like, what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with them, OJ? Like, that's ridiculous.
They came out there with like a power suit on 33 teraflops, like a super suit. Like it was really gonna be that. No, everybody was just looking at like, y'all, there's something mentally wrong. There's something mentally wrong with y'all. Like,
it's like, bro, I think that's really what it is. I think people are really afraid of their favorite platform being the PC nerdsels or their favorite piece of plastic being the Sony fanboys, Nintendo making their console obsolete. Because if you really think about it, if the Switch 2 comes out and we get third-party support that's reminiscent of the Super NES, where basically let's not even say 100%. Let's go 85, where you get every major game that comes out, plus Nintendo exclusives. What is the point of buying an Xbox and a PlayStation anymore?
If it gets like 80 something or if it gets like 90%, which I still think that might be there might be some holdovers, there might be some, whatever, but like if it was able to get that amount of percentage, that'd be very good. As long as I would say this, as long as it gets like, let's say there's 10 big AAA games in a year. If it gets like 7 or 8 of them, that right there would be huge. I mean, because the Switch 1 would get like one, like the percentage would be like 1 or 2 out of like every 10, right? If you look at it like a lot of the biggest games, it wouldn't. It's the percentage. It's less than 50%, right? It's less than 50%. There are some miracle stuff, but most of the stuff doesn't come over. Most of the stuff doesn't. So if they were able to get that high of a percentage, even like 50 to 60% is a dramatic increase over, over Switch 1. So that would even be great.
I don't think it's the percentage. I don't think it's under 85. And I say this because I brought this point up on a previous live stream. I don't think people realize that these third parties, they trying to make money, man. That's all they care about. They're not loyal to no platform. They want to make money. That's their main objective. This is why Square Enix has been on a ridiculous rant about Final Fantasy not being exclusive anymore to any platform, because it ain't turning money for them anymore. Well, they can't be held to no one platform anymore. This is why Square Enix has been so vocal about that lately. So they got to make money, and the thing that's in Nintendo's favor this time around, which once again Nintendo always chooses the right path to go. The thing that's in their favor is that the install base of Xbox Series and PS5 is not that big. So if they have a system that is capable enough, they're going to put their games on it. Because the install base of PS5 and Xbox Series is not big enough for everybody to make the money they want to make. So that should show you enough right there. That's enough proof right there. So it was a different story with the PS4. Because they built this big install base.
I want to make a video on that. I heard you talk about that, but that's something that I was discussing too, because of like, especially I've discussed it on the Japanese side of things. There is, if you're a Japanese, there is there's zero excuse. Like there is no, there's like, unless you think that you can sell your game predominantly like maybe like Bandai Namco with Elden Ring. Maybe they don't feel that they need, Nintendo Switch or even Switch 2. They might not feel like they need it for Elden Ring. I mean, obviously they want to make money, but they might not feel like they need it. They've already sold a lot without Nintendo, blah, blah, blah. I get it. There are certain Japanese third-party developers, but very few. But it makes zero sense if you're a Japanese developer to not have your game on there, because the charts are just dominated by there. And games are selling in Japan. But everything's selling on Switch. So it makes zero sense. So that's why I think that obviously it's going to be very different coming out, when it comes to Switch 2. And getting Japanese, we should see that 80 to 90% threshold for Japanese. And when it comes to big AAA Japanese games, it really should be that high. Now, Western games, I'm more not as optimistic with everything. But Japanese games, we should see a near 100% when it comes to new titles. I mean, lowest 80%. Lowest out of every 10 big Japanese AAA games, 8 of them should be on Switch 2 going forward.
Here's the thing. I don't know why you see it that low on the Western side.
The reason why I say that low on the Western side is because the Western side is really low compared to the Japanese side, even like right now, right? We saw a lot of games like, where the Japanese developers, they'd say, okay, well, we'll try to get it. Like the Gundam Break or whatever, right? That's on PS5. They made a version for the Nintendo Switch. Or any of the other, some of the bigger Japanese games that have come out. There's been stuff like Sparking Zero that didn't come over, but I think they're getting ready for that for Switch 2. But if you go back to like 2022 or
of course,
like if you go back to some of those years, when the Switch was still like before Switch 2, Switch would still get Japanese developers would still try to put stuff, even like the AA stuff, like Falcom, Legend of Heroes, things like that. They'd still even try to put it on the Nintendo Switch, and we've seen games that are, even like Dragon Quest, right? That's not like Dragon Quest 3 HD2E remake. That's not obviously like a big AAA, like normal traditional AAA game, but it's not a cheap game, and there's no PS4 or Xbox One version of that game. It's just Xbox Series, PS5, and Nintendo Switch. And if you look at Dragon Quest 11, that they made a specific version, not only for the Nintendo 3DS, but for the Nintendo Switch. They made a specific version for the Switch, like, that is wholly, like, built for it, and then ported that version over to other systems. So that's the version that we got. So the graphics are actually worse, a little bit worse. It doesn't look quite as good, even on, like, let's say you're playing the original PS4 version compared to, like, the PS5 if you're running it on PS5, like the definitive edition, right? It's a little bit worse because they're going off the Switch code. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we saw developers actually try and put games out when it comes to some of their newer games on the Nintendo Switch. Western developers, they didn't really do that. Like, I can't even think, like, what were the games? Like, outside of Witcher, Doom, Skyrim, we did have Wolfenstein. There were a number of games, but after a bit, they just said, yeah, we're good. Or it's going to be, like, a smaller game, or, like, obviously, like, an indie game, or whatever the case is. So I think a lot of them are waiting for Switch 2, maybe. Waiting for Switch 2 on that.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
Fallout got canceled. Right? Fallout 4 got canceled. So.
That's funny. Fallout got canceled, but we still ended up getting Outer Worlds. That's hilarious.
Yeah, Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds is coming.
The thing is, it's like
Fallout 4 is now coming to Switch too. So,
I don't believe that. I don't believe that report. I don't think that. I believe the report. I don't think the game is Fallout 4, but I'll get into that in a second. But
okay.
Yeah, the examples you gave me is evidence that the support will be just as high on the Western side. I mean, you got to think about it. Warner Bros. Took their time out to make a Switch version of Hogwarts Legacy.
That's true. They did get
and that shit's still so crazy, and it came out so late,
and it's crusty.
You know what I mean? That's insane. It's so crazy. And then you got to think about how EA flip flop late in the Switch lives. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, Frostbite engine does work on Switch now.
No Madden, no Madden for the whole duration. Obviously, like no Battlefield, no.
Yeah, no Madden, no Battlefield. But you know, EA had their SKUs leak, and they have 3 games coming to Switch too. So it's like people are already flip flopping already because I don't think they want to miss the boat again. And the main thing I want to say is that they don't want to miss out on the money. A lot of these people are hurting, especially Ubisoft. Soon as Switch 2 got announced, Ubisoft was already on X. They was on X immediately.
Yeah, Ubisoft did support the Switch. They support. I mean, we got a lot of the Assassin's Creed games that could come over. We got, obviously Rayman. We got Mario plus Rabbids. We got Prince of Persia. So Ubisoft, whatever they could do, they would bring over. I also want to say thank you to Minato Mario. He donated $1. That was about 9 minutes ago. Sorry about taking so long. And he says, to Baron, facts. And the most annoying hypocrisy I have ever heard is this. 2012 Wii U is such a weird name. They should have called it Wii 2 2025. And then now here in 2025, Switch 2 is such a boring name. They should have called it Super Switch or Switch U. I don't think anybody actually feels that they should have called it Switch U. I think that's
not Switch U, but Super Nintendo Switch. Yeah, that was a popular name.
That was a popular name.
People really wanted
that they could go with. But you know the reason why I flip flopped on that name? Because I already had imbeciles saying, "Whoa, was that an upgrade? Is that not?" And I was like, "Okay, no, just call it Switch 2." I already had gamers, not even like gamers saying, "Oh, a Super Switch." That means it's like a better than a Switch OLED, right? It's like I'm like, oh no, no, just call it Switch 2. Just call it Switch 2.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with the Nintendo Switch 2 name now. I'm not tripping about it. I want a Super Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, of course.
But I ain't tripping about it. It is what it is. But yeah, I think the third party support. I think we're going to probably hit that over 80% threshold on the Western side. Only because we had the games that we had the list of publishers that the games were already leaked. For the retail databases. Also, because of that slide that Nintendo showed us months ago with all those third-party developers on it.
I'll take 50% or above. If we get 50% or above, that is Nintendo hasn't had that since the GameCube. Maybe the GameCube had about probably. GameCube.
Yeah, GameCube had it was a well over 50 on GameCube.
Yeah. That was the last time.
That generation, every console had every game.
Yeah, I mean, there was some games like
except Grand Theft Auto, but
Grand Theft Auto, Black. There was a few games here and there in terms of like that didn't have like exclusivity deals, like Resident Evil exclusivity deal for like, you know, a bit on GameCube, or like, you know, Beautiful Joe exclusivity deal for a bit, or certain exclusivity deals. I mean, PS2 had a bunch of just third-party exclusives just because, like, PS2 had like Devil May Cry and like a bunch of games like Kingdom Hearts. There was a ton of stuff that was just only on PS2.
Yeah. But for the most part, all three of those consoles got the majority of every game.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the last time that I can truly say, okay, yeah, GameCube that had like all the big AAA games or all the big games. Yeah, it would come on GameCube as well. You know.
I don't think we got nothing. I'm gonna tell you right. I don't think y'all got nothing to worry about. I think that install base size.
I'm being realistic.
I'm being realistic. People are closing studios. People are getting laid off. These people got to make money. That install base on Xbox Series and PS5 ain't big. So it's like, that's one factor. The second factor, the system is powerful. So that's the second factor. It's already powerful, so why not put your game on it?
No.
And the third factor is, it's like, you know this system is going to be popular. So it's like, why not? What's the point? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Hogwarts is a good example. Somebody in the chat said it's a good example, not because you don't think the game is good or not. It's that it's a big AAA game that was from a Western studio that was ported over like late. I don't care about the quality of the port. Who cares? That's not the point. The point wasn't saying that the quality was incredible. The point was a Western company porting over a major game late in the life. Like, what is the threshold for Western companies actually porting their big games that were on PS4, Xbox One, PS5, Xbox Series, whatever, on the Nintendo Switch? And the threshold for Western is way lower than the Japanese threshold. You know, it's waning, but we still got stuff like Persona 5, for example, right? Persona 5 World, that's one of the biggest Japanese games in terms of sales and just everything, and that did come to Nintendo Switch. That did come over, and there's a number of other ones that came over from like Koei Tecmo and stuff like that. They brought stuff over, so that was my point. It was more that, not the quality or however you feel that is, because I know some people were saying that in the chat. So just keep that in mind, guys. Like, keep that in mind. Like, it's not subjective on the quality.
Yeah, the quality wasn't the point of the argument. The argument was like, they did it. They took their time and expense and money to do it.
Yeah.
So that means they think it's a viable option. So it's like, if you did it on Switch, it doesn't make any sense for you not to do it on Switch too. That's the point. That's the point that we're trying to make. It ain't about the quality part.
The threshold is really low on Switch. Like, I don't think the threshold, it's like, it's shocking when it happens. Not shocking, but it's like, oh wow, that's there when it happens. Right? Like, oh, Doom, oh, Skyrim, oh. But like, if you look back at like 2017, right, and all the AAA games that came out, like, there was very few at the Western AAA, even Japanese AAA. Very few that was on the threshold was so bad. Japanese games, that got a bit better as time went on, as Switch started selling, but Western games, like, it would just be sparingly, and a lot of times it'd be like an old game, or it'd be late. It wasn't really none of the new games. So I do feel this, Baron. I agree with you on this one, and we can kind of close out on this. But I agree with you that it will be way higher. Like, it will be higher than what we saw with the Switch 1. You know, for sure.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, it'll be higher,
sure.
And it'll be better quality. It'll be better quality for those who can't get over the fact that it'll be better quality, because the system will be obviously closer. It closes the gap between what we've gotten at, you know, what the Switch is and that. So if they make Hogwarts Legacy on the Switch 2, obviously it's going to be a much better port than what we got on the Switch 1.
So question.
Yeah.
That's if you believe this rumor. So I just want to get what you think about it.
Okay.
You still got a lot of people in here, man.
Yeah. You know. I went over the time threshold though, so I do have to close out in a little bit. Take care of my boy, but we can talk for a little bit more. I got about maybe 5-10 minutes that I can go on this one.
Okay. So the rumor about the last big Switch game.
Yeah, I heard about that. Covered it today.
What do you think that is?
He said that it's something that's a beloved but somewhat niche. So it's got to be a legacy franchise from the GameCube era and down. It can't be anything from like the Wii or the Wii U. If it's a, you know, it's got to be, or like it's got to be something from like the DS or maybe even the 3DS. You know,
I wouldn't exclude the Wii though.
I wouldn't exclude the Wii either. We can put like Wii. It's got to be something from not the Wii U, not the Switch. You know, it's got to be something from like before that. But I would probably say it's like a legacy. It says somewhat niche. So, I mean, I was thinking like Star Fox. I was thinking F-Zero, but beloved. Somewhat niche, but beloved. That fits Star Fox and F-Zero. Somewhat niche, but beloved by the community. It fits those two games, but knowing me, it's probably going to be something else. Like,
So, Sin and Punishment never crossed your mind?
Sin and Punishment could be a game. Yeah, it could be. It didn't cross my mind, but Sin and Punishment could. That's niche, though. That's not even somewhat niche. That's why it didn't cross my mind. That's just flat out niche. So, like, that's why it didn't cross my mind. He said somewhat. So that means, there's, like, Star Fox used to be a major thing, right? F-Zero kind of used to, in the Super Nintendo days, yeah, F-Zero was, they sold 2-point-something million. That's pretty good. But then it went all downhill from there, you know?
I don't know. My thing is, I'm leaning towards Sin and Punishment, and I'm leaning toward Punch Out. I don't think it's
Punch Out.
I don't think it's Star Fox.
I
think Star Fox is on the back burner for a while.
Punch Out, yes. Punch Out I can see because that's like it's known, but it's still somewhat like people know Little Mac. Like if you show the character Little Mac, people are like, oh yeah, that's Little Mac. Have you played his game? No, but Mike Tyson, right? Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Like people know about Little Mac. And like in Smash Brothers, he's in Smash, so everybody kind of knows about him. But do people actually like play his the Punch Out on the like? Not really, but like I get that. Yeah, Punch Out I can see. Sin and Punishment I don't see because that's just flat out niche, man. There's barely been any. There's been two games. There's been one game on the N64. I think that was it originally not localized and they localized it for like the NSO or whatever?
No, it wasn't. It was only in Japan. Then they finally localized.
Yeah, then they finally and then you got one game on the Wii that sold 6 copies and like 4 of them were like.
Don't do that. It sold just under 1 million.
Blandrew bought 4 copies of the game, and nobody else bought the game but Blandrew. So like.
Sin and Punishment Star Successor was really good. You're not going to sit up here.
I have a used copy that I bought, and I have a brand new copy sealed. I have a brand new copy sealed that I bought from Walmart like 4 years ago for like $40 or $30 or something like that. I like Sin and Punishment. I think it's a cool franchise, but it's just niche. It's not somewhat niche. It's just flat out niche.
We talking all this and watch it come out and be Wave Race or something like that.
It could be Wave Race. No, that's somewhat niche. No, it could be Wave Race. No, you're right. That it could be. Listen, that's why I say it's from a franchise that's from like GameCube or N64, something from like before, right?
What if it's Eternal Darkness?
Ooh, yeah, that's just niche. That's just flat out niche. There's only been one game.
That would shock everybody.
We don't know what his interpretation of somewhat niche is. That is subjective. That's crazy subjective to say somewhat niche. I've heard people say Fire Emblem's niche. Like after 3 Houses came out, it's like that sold like 4 million copies. Okay,
bruh,
I guess,
Fire Emblem's not niche anymore.
I guess kind of. It's like I guess if you compare it to like Grand Theft Auto, like it's somewhat. So it depends on the context of when you say it, right, or what you're talking about. But clearly, it's a multi-million selling franchise. So,
oh man, what if they bring back a sight bike or a sight truck?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down for either of those. I mean, I'd play it for like a few days and then never play it again, but like I'd be down. I mean, yeah, Excite Truck and Excite. I used to love also this Excite Bike on the NES. Me and my brother, we used to play that for hours, like for years. We would play Excite Bike. I like that game, Excite Bike, and Excite Bike 64. Was actually pretty good. We would play like that was Rocket League before Rocket League. Did you know that?
Yeah, that was good. Excite Bike 64 was good. Excite Truck on the Wii was good. Yeah, not Excite Bots. Excite Truck. That was good.
Excite Bots. It just seemed like they wanted like the blend Cocoa Melon with
that shit was stupid. I don't know what they was thinking with that.
They tried to blend Cocoa Melon or Sesame Street with I don't know. What they got like googly eyes and bats.
I don't know how that title got a green light. Like what?
Whatever I'm
Who
watching.
thought this was a good idea?
Whatever I'm watching Coco Melon, like when he goes like vampires and stuff like that.
I'm like, who approved this Cocoa Puff Sesame Street shit? Like, what the hell?
Bro, we ain't never heard of Monster Game since that, bro. They did
Nintendo Excite was done after that.
They put them on port. What they do? A new Nintendo 3DS port of Xenoblade Chronicles. I ain't never heard of them since that game, bro.
I'm just like, yo, Reggie, how did you approve this game? What?
But
how you go from Excite Bike 64 to Excite Truck to Excite Bots?
I have no idea what they were doing there.
Man, that was insane.
Yeah, I didn't sell that either. Excite Truck did well, but Excite Boss did
Excite Truck did well. I remember I got that around lunchtime. It was really good.
And I had like custom soundtracks and stuff. It was cool.
It did, man. Yo, bro. There was they got to bring that back.
They got to bring that back.
Kid Icarus. No, I don't think it's Kid Icarus. I think Kid Icarus is going to be Sakurai's game that he's working on.
Sakurai's working on Smash.
Oh Lord, here we go. Oh God.
Sakurai's working on Smash, dude. He's working.
No, man, it's not Smash, bro.
It is Smash.
It's not Smash.
It is.
It's not.
They need Smash.
It's not Smash Brothers,
They need a new Smash Brothers, dude. They need a new Smash Brothers.
Bro, it's not Smash. He said he's been working on it for 2 years and he has to make it in lightning speed. That's not Smash Brothers.
That's called Smash Brothers.
It's not Smash Brothers, bro.
Bro, do you know what
He's making a Kid Icarus game. I hope it's a sequel. I don't want a 3D remake. I want a new sequel.
You know, with Smash Bros. For Wii U, Nintendo announced it and Sakurai was like, cool, I wonder who's making it. And then Iwata went up to him and said, you are. And you've got 2 years. And he's just like, he was like, wait, what? Are you serious? He's like, yeah, serious. We need it out. That's what they do to Sakurai, bro. They say, yo, we need a new Smash and we need it in like 2 years. Hurry up.
Bro, listen. This I'm going to tell you the reasons why it's not Smash Brothers. Number one, okay? The man barely just finished the Smash Ultimate. That's number one. Number two.
Smash Ultimate been done for years.
Listen, let me finish now. Number two. It's not like he's just going to have to make another Smash sequel. He's going to have to really, really dig deep and think hard about what to do with the next Smash Brothers game because you can't even go up from Ultimate. Everybody was there. You did everything. So it's like you really gonna have to figure. He's gonna have to really figure that shit out. Just like the Zelda team on the next Zelda game, they really gonna have to figure out what they're gonna do next.
New move sets.
So
we need new move sets. We need updates.
It's not happening.
We need new move sets. We need updates. We need better single player content. We need rollback netcode. There is a plethora of things that Sakurai can do.
And that's going to take time. That's what I'm telling you. The game he's working on, it's not Smash Brothers.
He's been working on it for 2 years. This next Smash Brothers game
it's not Smash Brothers,
is
bro.
going to be a 3-year or so
game. He cannot do all that in 3 years, bro.
He can do it. Sakurai can
He's
do
not going to be able to do that.
Sakurai can do that in 3. If you do not as big of a roster, you do maybe like 20-something person.
What? There's no way he can downsize the roster like that. There's no way.
He can't make
you already set a precedent. You can't go back.
He cannot.
This is why I said Ultimate is going to be hard to follow. Just like Tears of the Kingdom is going to be hard to follow for the Zelda team. It's like, what do you do after that?
So you're trying to tell me the next Smash Brothers game is going to have like 100-something characters?
No, I ain't saying 100, but he's going to have to keep the number roughly the same. He can't significantly scale back.
He can't.
He can't
make another game like Ultimate. It's done. Ultimate's done.
This is what I'm telling you. It's going to take some time, bro. Because you got.
It's going to take them 10 years to make a game bigger than Ultimate.
Good. We don't need a Smash Brothers right now. Y'all fine. Y'all okay?
No,
y'all be all right.
No, we do.
Y'all will be all right.
2018.
Okay, it wouldn't hurt you to wait 4 more years for
another Smash. No, it would hurt me actually. No,
it wouldn't, because Ultimate doesn't even feel like it aged.
It does feel like it aged. No, it does feel like it aged. Yes, it feels very old. It's still
Oh
better
my
than like
God.
freaking that Dookie Multiverses. It's still better than that.
Oh my God.
It's still better than that Dookie Multiverses that came out. But no, it does feel old.
Oh my
We need a
God.
new game.
Y'all got DLC forever on that game, and
We got
you sit up
DLC
here till
for
it feels
three.
old.
We got DLC for 3 years.
You got the biggest and best fighting roster ever in history, and you talk about it feels old.
It
Like,
does.
come on.
It does.
Y'all need to quit it. Y'all just greedy and don't want Sakurai to work on anything else. But guess what? He's working on something else. It ain't Smash.
That is true. He can finish up. He can work on something else after he's done with Smash. After he's done with Smash
so
Bros,
ridiculous.
he can work on something else. But Baron, thank you so much for joining me tonight, man. I appreciate it, brother.
64 is better than GameCube, so now we can close out.
I just disconnected. I just disconnected. I just disconnected. I didn't even say bye or thank you. And I'm not going to say bye or thank you. And I'm not going to say bye or thank you after that after he had to after we didn't say anything and then we were fine at the very end, then he had to go there and sit there and say that. Like, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. Here's Baron's channel. If you want to subscribe to Baron, I highly recommend subscribing to him. His live streams are hilarious. His live streams are so funny. So subscribe to Baron. Oh man, subscribe to Baron. Thank you guys for coming out to the stream tonight. Big stream. A lot of people that came through. It was a lot of fun. Shout out to everybody that was watching on Twitter and on YouTube, and on Twitch. All the viewers, man, you guys were great. Today we had 2 videos. And I want to say thank you to everybody who donated and all the members, man. Thank you to everybody who donated and all the members, man. You guys were incredible today. Thank you so much. We had a ton of donos, a ton of members, a ton of viewers, and a ton of new subscribers. So let's just get more people subscribing, get more people watching. Check out my Mario Kart 9 analysis video with my Nintendo Switch 2 analysis video. Check that out. Shout outs to Vadcent. I'm not saying nothing to you, Baron. I'm not saying nothing to you. Check out my video on Mario Kart. Video on Mario Kart 9 Switch 2 Power. This goes over what a developer had to say about Mario Kart 9 and how he feels that it shows what the Switch 2 is, how strong it is, or what some of its capabilities because of all the different graphical effects that the Mario Kart 9 first footage is using, that he can just tell just by naked eye looking at it compared to Mario Kart 8. So, and compared just in general, just as developer techniques and developing on the Switch and like the type of resources that it used, watch that video if you haven't seen it. It's freaking incredible. His video, watch my video, and then I link his video in there, and then I take away 7 takeaways from that. But definitely watch the full video. It's so good. Maybe we'll watch it on stream later down the line once once it's gotten all its views and all that, because I think it's a really good video to just kind of point out and talk about and stuff. So maybe we'll talk about that closer to the Switch 2's launch. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for everything, guys, man. You guys were so awesome. Big love to everybody that dropped donos. I'm sorry that I didn't shout out everybody as soon as they went up. And if I missed any donos, I want to say thank you to everybody that did drop one. That was, like I said, a great stream tonight, man. It was wild. Having Baron on stream was so much fun. He's hilarious. Like I said, I haven't laughed out hard in a while. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, man. We will be back maybe tomorrow. We'll see how things go. I want to get some more videos done and edited for you guys, like on some Switch 2 stuff. Obviously, we're going to be going into Switch 2 Overdrive. We already have been. I don't even have, like... I have so many ideas for videos. You know, so yeah, I have so many ideas for videos for stuff and all of that. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So, all right, guys. Love y'all so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for being awesome. Once again, shout outs to Ohio State that just won the national championship. Big love to Ohio State. And yeah, we will see you guys. We will see you guys tomorrow, potentially, for another video. And also, if you've already seen my Mario Kart video, check out my big Nintendo Switch AAA games update video. Check that one out. I actually did that after my Mario Kart video. Big AAA games Switch 2 update. So check out that vid if you haven't seen it yet. That's also another good one. That one kind of went up at a weird time, so maybe you missed it. Shout out to Vadcent, Great Wah. Thank you to everybody that came out. Shout out to Baron. No, I appreciate you, Baron. Big love, brother. Thank you for coming out to the stream. Thank you for talking, chatting. Like I said, it was so much fun. And yeah, it was a very hilarious stream, Krios. And thank you for the 10. I appreciate you, man. And yeah, we will see you guys for the next one. All right, guys. Peace out, homies.